All right.
We're good.
Dude, I just texted people, getting it out there. There's 8 now, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Gotta be time.
Hello, and welcome to our first episode of Beneath the Dark Sun. It is a D&D 5th edition game. We are playing in the Dark Sun world setting, which was originally released in the early 90s, and I became a super fan of. My name is Dylan Proper. I'm going to be the Dungeon Master for these chuckleheads. I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons at least since the 90s, back when I was in high school. So I am officially an old. And sorry, everything just started running slow all of a sudden. Okay. So yeah, for those of you who don't know or have never heard about Dark Sun, it is set in a post-apocalyptic world where there was sometime in the distant past a huge magical war that more or less dropped a magical nuke on the place and turned it into a very Mad Max-esque world where magic is harmful to the environment, and thus everyone in the world is pretty anti-magic, or at least anti-arcane magic. So long as it's elemental or quote-unquote divine magic, everything's good. And speaking of divine magic, there are no gods. Also, during this time when the war was happening and like basically destroying the environment, the gods basically split, locked the door behind them, and have never come back. So to make up for that, these champions of Rajat, and I'm not going to go through the full history. If you want to look at the timeline, go to athos.org. It's an excellent resource for Dark Sun. Anyway, these champions of Rajat did their thing, which was again explained on the timeline, but essentially they became the sorcerer kings of the 7 major cities in the area. We are concerning ourselves with the city of Balik. If you happen to have a Dark Sun map out, it is in the southern the southern part of the map, right next to the Sea of Silt. And its sorcerer king is Androphinus. And the entire city, each one of the cities have this kind of like ancient culture theme going on. And Balik has a kind of Greek and Roman mix. It's kind of like a little bit of both. But yeah, the Greeks have heavily influenced the Romans, so obviously. And then like Draj has this kind of like Aztec with like step pyramids and like everything with these complicated names with lots of X's and Q's in them. And Uruk up in the north has like this very Sumerian / Babylonian thing going on, so on and so forth. So that's kind of the world. The rest will definitely come out in the story. And also, we are using the 4th edition book as far as the setting is concerned, but we're not necessarily using the rules, obviously, because we are instead playing in 5th edition. So, that's the world. So let's start with the introduction of the actual players. We're going to start at the top with Heidi. Heidi, who are you? Who are you playing? And tell us a little bit about your character.
I am Phelan. I am a warlock of the elf sort. And I was exiled from my tribes, and I'm now living in the city.
Awesome. Okay, so next will be Brad. Who are you? Who is your character?
So my name's Linus. I'm a half-elf bard. I used to sing and dance. I'm now seeking revenge. At this time, it's nobody's business who or why.
All right. Johnny, who are you? And don't you look pretty in that camera?
Thank you. I am a wood elf ranger. My name is Haven. Pretty much grew up with slavers running a little oil or olive farm, and growing up went into the 5th Legion Auxiliary. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right. Sam, who are you? And who is your character?
The name is Ezekiel. I was a sergeant in the King's Legion before being stationed in the city as a cop.
More specifically, you're a Templar?
Cleric.
Well, yeah, but you're a Templar. Hint,
Well-
yes, you are a Templar.
Templar.
So, for those of you who do know a little bit about Dark Sun, the Templars are kind of like the servants of the Sorcerer King for a particular city. They run in various levels. Sam is in the mid to low level. Hence,
Sorry.
only being a 4th level cleric. Oh, yeah, and everyone is starting at 4.
Streets.
And if you want more information, just hover over to the left, even though I'm pointing in the wrong direction because my camera's backwards, but hover over to the left and you'll get the nifty, spectacular D&D Beyond overlay where you can click and find out all sorts of information about all the characters, except unfortunately our next player, Nathan, who doesn't have a D&D Beyond account yet, so he's running off
Yeah.
of a different sheet. So, tell us about your character.
I'm running a mole enforcer that's named Mal. Full name Malakar. He was blinded when his temple was raided, and he now wanders the wasteland seeking redemption for his past mistakes and cowardice. But yeah, that's about his rundown.
Awesome. And last but not least, we have Joe. Joe, who are you and who are you playing?
I am playing an elf monk, and a little bit of history on me is that I also grew up on a olive farm, and I was taken at a very young age, the age of 9, to become a member of the Obsidian Blade, and I will let Dylan explain a little bit of what they are if and when that is needed.
Oh, it's going to come up pretty soon. So yeah,
Okay.
basically the Obsidian Blade is a not so secret organization. Think of like the Harpers in Forgotten Realms, but they specifically train monks, and hence most monks go into the Obsidian Blade, and they kind of like the Harpers aren't necessarily like working for the forces of good. They're working more for the forces of balance. They don't want any one city-state becoming more powerful than the other one, and thus starting another war between the Sorcerer Kings that will, make this apocalypse even worse. Okay. So that is everybody. So, like I said, we're running 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. We are going off of the 4th edition Dark Sun rules because that was the last official Dark Sun update. And there's a little bit of contention about that. I've been reading online while preparing for this game about how people think that they took away some of the teeth of the original Dark Sun from 2nd edition when they kind of like made it a little less harsh in 4th edition. And yeah, it does kind of seem that way, but as far as my like whole DM style, I don't like the micromanaging stuff. So for the most part, when the players are in the city, they won't have to worry about like the extreme heat and basic terribleness that is like the environment of Dark Sun. But when they start traveling across the desert, we'll use what 4th edition calls a survival or a ration day. I forgot the name of it already. But anyway, basically it's like they build up one day and then they use each day as they travel. And of course they can either buy rations and stuff ahead of time, or they can completely rely on their lovely ranger to do all the work for them. Whichever comes first. So, apart from that, we do have a few house rules. The first one is actually a relatively common house rule, and that's what I call the max crit rule. I'm not really sure exactly what its real name is, but basically, whenever someone rolls a critical strike, they first of all take max damage of their weapon and add on their appropriate bonus for whatever it happens to be. For like dex, intelligence, strength, whatever. And that's their starting point. Then they roll their weapon damage again on top of that. So that gives you at least a pretty beefy hit, and not that like when you roll that 20 and then you roll 2 1s and you're like, well, shit. So that's house rule number 1. House rule number 2 is something that we call stealth takedowns, or I call stealth takedowns. Anyway, it is a set of rules that I developed that will allow pretty much insta kills if you sneak up on someone and attack them. Full rules are down below. There's a link to Wormworks. Actually, there's 2 links because that's going to be the other house rule, and that's cooking. And you can read more detail on both of those. But suffice to say, cooking will allow them to get food and vegetables out in the wild, meat and vegetables out in the wild from special animals, and each animal gives them a different bonus to one of their stats when they cook it, depending on how well they cook it. And those bonuses will apply to anything. So, like, if you get some food that gives you +2 to strength and +2 to constitution, anything that uses strength or constitution also gets that plus. So that's saving throws, skill checks, everything. So it's kind of all encompassing. And like I said, you can read all those rules down below at our Wormworks site in the About Me section, if you want more detail, because like I said, there's a lot of detail. Okay. So that's that. The next thing to kind of discuss is we will mostly be using a Theater of the Mind setup. It seems to be easier for streams. I mean, I know there's lots of those streams that get really complicated with 5 different Roll20 inputs and stuff like that, and we will be using Roll20, but we'll mostly be using it as kind of a world map. And I know that there's probably a lot of you out there is you're criminally underusing Roll20, which I am, because I'm just not very good at it. And I don't have a lot of the stuff unlocked to do lighting and tiles and all that other kind of stuff. So, and again, even if we were all playing around the table, I wouldn't have much in the way of miniatures and stuff like that, and I might occasionally draw a map on a scratch piece of paper. So, yeah, Roll20 is going to be underused, but we will use it occasionally as far as a world map goes, and if combat gets really, really complicated, I have basically a combat field where we'll use a couple of tokens on a blank white thing and move people around and monsters and stuff like that. But most of the time, we'll keep it Theater of the Mind. All right, so that's about it for all of the prelude stuff. Do any of you players have any last-minute questions? I know we've been preparing this for a while. Do you have any questions off the top of your head that you want to ask that might be pertinent pre-story? Obviously, once we get to the story, there's going to be more questions.
The only thing I'd like to... Go ahead, Sam.
No, go.
I was going to say, the only thing I'd like to do is add to Mal's backstory is that although he's very reasonable, is when he senses evil, that blood starts boiling. He just can't handle it. But, what are you saying, Sam?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think people just want to see us play now. Shit.
I would like to make one quick comment.
Yeah.
If everybody could just appreciate Sam's mustache for a quick second.
Please
Love on the caterpillars.
so that we can make Sam shave his mustache.
I was going to say...
Whoa.
Please.
No,
Donate below, and I'll grow it out again and do a handlebar mustache. Let's see which donations get more.
Yeah.
Or
Why
roll
didn't you
for a
do that at the
mustache
beginning?
ride.
Also, kind of speaking of,
Because I wanted the creeper mustache.
Joe will kind of be our unofficial chat moderator and monitor. So, Joe, are there any people in chat asking questions? Or
No, just people bagging on Sam, and I feel like that's going to be standard protocol. So
cool.
Yeah,
We're good?
Yeah,
We'll leave
that
it at
sounds
that.
about right.
We
We'll
fully
leave it at
accept
that.
that.
I think we're good.
Okay,
We're
so
off on a good start already.
Yep.
Better
first
you than
thing-
me.
I'll just drink my drink and shut the fuck up.
Okay, first things first. Along with the world being kind of anti-magic, sometime in that past in Dark Sun's history, there was an event that caused a whole bunch of people to become spontaneously psionic. And it has passed down through the generations so much that the vast majority of people on Athos, the name of the planet in Dark Sun, are psionic to some degree. Thus, I'm going to start with Heidi, and I'm going to have you roll a 1d10. If you roll a 7 or below, you have a wild talent.
Ooh,
Yeah, exactly. So
Alright.
roll me a d10.
D10 coming your way. 9, bitches!
Okay, so you don't have a wild talent.
Oh,
Like I said, 7 or
Oh.
below. 7 or
You
below.
get so
He
excited.
doesn't get it.
Okay, Brad, your turn.
God damn it!
Who said a 10?
Yeah, roll me a d10, 7 or below. There he is being fancy with his little camera over his butt.
fancy brat.
That's cool.
Can't
All
right.
Okay,
That
so
is
roll me
cool.
that d10 again, Brad.
I need to machine that motherfucker a real box though.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
9.
Okay. You have basically it's called telekinetic grasp. So basically, you have a mild telekinesis. If it's possible on your D&D Beyond character sheet, just add Mage Hand. It's basically the same thing.
Oh, I already
Like
have
a mild
made
case of
Mage Hand as a
IBS.
cantrip.
Oh, okay. Well, now you can do it magically or psionically. So, like, basically,
Okay.
whenever you do Mage Hand, like an actual hand appears, you know, in the flavor text, like it says an actual hand
Yeah.
appears, you can use this telekinetic grasp and a hand won't appear. So it's basically, you know, one or the other. But they basically work the same.
Okay.
Okay, Johnny, your turn to roll a d10.
8.
8. Okay, so you don't have a wild talent. Sorry. Sam!
Fuck!
Alright.
Hey.
6!
Okay, you have a wild talent. Roll a d10 again.
Ezekiel rolled 4.
All right.
Ezekiel?
You.
Hezekiah.
I think it's pronounced as
You get.
Fucker. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You remember that. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
you get,
Easy there, Kyle.
You get precognitive awareness, Sam, and that means
Excellent.
basically you get a bonus equal to your highest mental stat to your initiative. So
The
whatever your
Emperor
highest,
King protects.
so whatever your highest mental stat is, you can also add that on top of your dex bonus to your initiative.
Mhm.
And I think there's a way to, like, you know, customize your initiative bonus. In
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
got
It's
all
all at
my.
your
Oh no,
fingertips.
I do. I have +2 on my history.
Yeah.
Oh.
+2 in your history. What's that have to do with initiative?
You said my highest intelligence skill.
No, your highest or your highest mental stat. So either your charisma, your wisdom, or your intelligence, whichever's highest out of those three,
Oh.
which is probably wisdom.
Dope.
Since you're
It's
a
wisdom.
cleric.
It's wisdom. Yeah,
Okay, so what's that bonus?
+3? So
Okay,
now I'm
you
at
add that.
+5.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Nathan, your turn. Roll me a
No,
d10.
I'm at
Ooh,
I
there's
have
a
no
D10 right here. I got a 4.
Okay, so you also have a wild talent. So
Mhm.
roll a d10 again.
I got a 5.
Okay. You have precognitive defense, which means whenever you're not wearing armor and you have to be completely out of armor, you add your highest mental stat to your armor class. Whatever happens.
Precognitive defense.
Yes. And
Okay.
your highest mental stat is probably charisma since you're a paladin, unless
Yeah,
wisdom or intelligence
it's
has to be higher.
14.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, so without armor, you're sitting at a +12, and also your dex. So whatever your dex is too.
Okay. My dex is sitting at 11, so I have no bonus to my dex
Okay,
right
so
now.
yeah, without armor, you're still at an armor class of 12, which isn't terrible, but
What's
you probably
the
won't be
okay?
out of your armor that often.
Don't intend. I intend on sleeping in it.
Well, you won't probably be able to do that because you can't even do that in like regular realms. But nonetheless, Joe, your turn. Roll me a d10.
I sleep. in my
3.
Okay, then you have a talent. Roll me a d10 again.
Well,
Good job, Joe.
oh, fuck. A 1.
Okay. Actually, this is pretty
Watch
appropriate
that be
and
the
kind of
best.
awesome. You have
Thank you.
body equilibrium, which means you can.
Does he prune when he gets in the tub?
No.
Yes. Oh.
You gain advantage on acrobatics checks for balance, and you can, or you won't sink when moving across soft surfaces such as dust, silt, mud, water, snow, or thin ice.
And he won't
Nice.
prune in the tub.
Advantage.
That's
okay,
the big
got
one. I hate pruning, man.
Yeah.
It sucks. Feel like
Now,
an
this
old
only
lady.
happens from one complete move. So, however many feet you can move in a round, that's how long this will last. As soon as the next round starts, it stops. So, if you are running across water, make sure you get across it on the first round.
Because then I will sink.
Yeah, otherwise you will sink.
At that point, Willie still prune.
It doesn't matter because, like, at level 9 or something, I can run across water anyway. So
Yeah.
we're good.
Okay, so those are the wild talents out of the way. So, now we get to play.
Yay!
It's 20 minutes. Yay!
Good job, Dylan.
Okay. So, like I had mentioned in the introduction, we are starting in the city of Balik, or roundabouts. Heidi,
Yes.
you are currently in the Villa district, and specifically in the Villa of... hold on, there we go. Really? Come on. Loading.
There's vicious squirrels in chat too. I heard him.
Now, of course, the villa is kind of the upscale area because, like, you actually have, like, those Roman-style villas, nice terracotta roofs, spacious lawns. But specifically, one of these villas, the Villa of, where's that dude's name? There it is. Neuripides, or Villa Neuripides is the name of this particular one, and it is the property of Zaethus Neuripides. And he is currently the leader, at least in Balik, of the Veiled Alliance. And the Veiled Alliance, for those who don't know, is also another secret society. However, a little more secret because they are a secret society of arcane casters. And what they do is they protect other arcane casters and try and get people to understand that there's a difference between preserving and defiling. But, Sam, what's the difference between preserving and defiling?
One's good, one's bad.
No, you have to answer that in character, which is they're both bad. It's all
Well,
Dylan, I
Really?
think you're on my end. Your voice.
the
sounded
God
a little
King
weird.
despises both of them.
yes.
You abhor the witch, you kill the witch.
So, anyway, you're in this villa, and you've been called. Not really. I guess summoned. Yeah, you've been summoned. You've been summoned here because Zaethus has something for you, and you're led into his, like, little antechamber where he takes all of his meetings, and he says, "There's been some strange activity on the border of the farmlands, right where the wastes start. Strange flowers have been popping up. Not really sure how to explain it, and all the information that we get is iffy at best. So, since you can roam a bit more freely through the city than most of us because your magic doesn't tend to turn up on the Templars' radars as quickly as ours does, we'd like you to go and check out this flower. And he hands you kind of like a map of the city. And
Who's this to?
Heidi's character.
Oh,
Yeah. And he hands you a map to the city, and he has a couple of points marked on there. It's about a 10-mile trek, but being an elf and running as fast as you do, you could probably make it there in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So, you're running along, and next, Nathan, you have just come out of the wastes, and you're moving into Bollock, or like coming into Bollock. So you're coming to this point where, like, you know, the waste is kind of ending, and you're starting to see a little bit more farmland and like houses and like smaller villages that work various parts of the land, and
Okay.
your paladin sense goes off, but it's strange. Most of the time, when your paladin sense goes off, it's a clear definition of like, this is good, this is evil, this is a fiend, this is an angel. This time, the only thing you feel is just this otherworldly presence, like something that doesn't seem. It seems to be like more than evil or more than good. It's like just strange.
What you're saying is, with a wiggle of his nose and a twitch of his ears, Mal knows something's up just right
Yes.
away. Like, this is, I'm a little bit more towards civilization. But I know something's going on here. I'm going to figure it out.
All right. So,
That's what Mal's at.
you move to the source, and you come across this kind of like weird looking flower. It's kind of a cross between a like an orchid and a daffodil, but it's also got thorns like a rose. It's got these broad kind of triangular leaves that like sprout off of it. It's just strange. I mean, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. It's just like weird.
Gotcha.
And roll me a charisma save.
Damn. Got a 2.
Is that your grand total? Because you're a paladin, so you get to add your.
Oh, so I would get the +2. So I'd get the Let me see. Yeah, I got let me bring up my character sheet. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I got a +2, so that'd be a 4,
Okay.
right? That's not worse.
So you
He doesn't know shit.
seem to go into this kind of like weird trance. It was like a. Well, you're blind, so you don't
staring
really,
at
have
the flower,
a
yeah.
perception of like. Well, I mean, you can kind of feel the heat from the light, but everything kind of goes cool around you, like it's all of a sudden darkness. And
Okay.
again, the normal world that you see of like this kind of like radar
My
daredevil
blind
sense
sense, yeah.
kind of thing, you instead it's replaced by a field of stars, and you seem to
Okay.
just you can't even feel the ground beneath you. It feels like you're just like floating towards what looks like a huge cluster of these flowers. Like they're just this.
You're telling me
great
I walked
ball-
into a field of salvia plants.
something.
I'm in space
you're
right
not
now.
entirely sure.
You want to get high?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might be. Heidi. So you come to one of the points on the map. You've already passed by 2 of them, and neither of them had like anything weird. You didn't see anything. But on this 3rd point, you see a mole in scale mail, like just kind of like kneeling down around this flower, and he's like looking down at it, and he's just kind of like swaying back and forth, and he's just like mumbling something. You can't tell what he's mumbling, but you do see that flower, or a weird flower, and it's basically what I just described to Nathan. Oh, and it's like black and purple, like its stems and leaves are black, and all of its flower petals are purple.
Doesn't look like a healthy flower.
Sounds dangerous. All right.
So, what do you do?
I want to question this mole, see what he's doing with this flower, why he's around it.
Okay, so
So I walk.
as you approach him, he doesn't seem to notice you at all. So you like snap your fingers, no response. You shove him a couple of times, still no response. Give me an Arcana check.
Hold on, I'm trying to do that.
I think. All right, I'm retiring this D20. It has failed me, and I have plenty others.
I'm not trying to do that with this one. Hold on.
Bring it class tomorrow. We'll burn it.
We'll just mill all the sides to be fresh.
Yeah,
That'll be.
we
the
can
challenge.
rebuild it. We can make it better.
Strong.
So what'd you roll, Heidi?
I'm trying to do a +3 with this. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Well, just roll it normal and add +3 to it. Math is fun.
19.
19. Okay. He is definitely in some sort of trance. That is easily apparent. But also, it seems that the cause of this trance is the flower. And as you like come in closer and start examining, you kind of see this like purple mist coming from like the center of the flower and just kind of like drifting into his face.
Okay.
And
So
you
he's
catch
not
a
gonna-
whiff, and you kind of catch a whiff of that like little bit of like pollen or whatever it is, whatever strangeness that it is, and you kind of like recoil a little bit because you know if you get too close, it might affect you too.
Okay. So I can't really question him because he's already.
Well, also with your Arcana roll, you know that there are a handful of things that you could probably do. You think a quote unquote violent stimulus will probably bring him out of it. Meaning a slap, maybe a kick.
A shove wasn't enough.
Does he have areas that hurt worse than others if I kick
I mean, there's his face. He's not
Testicles.
testicles?
Well,
That's where
just
I'm
kinda
getting
kneeling
at
on the
with it.
ground.
Testicles are armored.
Yeah.
The testicles have 3 layers of armor around them.
Alright, I don't know his
I mean,
intentions
shit.
yet, so I'll start with the slap, but a
Okay.
pretty like
Uh,
aggressive slap across that face.
Roll to hit. Should be pretty easy.
Mhm.
Just he's not moving. Just a 10.
An arm strength, tell you.
16.
Okay. And what's your unarmed damage? It's probably like a 2 or something like that.
It's a 2.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. So Nathan, roll me that charisma save again.
It might be, yeah, here. That's 17.
Okay. You come out of it and you're now less 2 hit points. And there's now
Okay.
an elf standing above you, like hovering above you. Heidi, describe your character.
Like how I look.
Yeah, what do you look like?
I'm tall, young looking. I have long, gorgeous, like dark red hair. I got
3 inches of makeup.
I got
Gorgeous, you say?
I'm fucking freaking hot.
Gorgeous.
Got it.
I'm
Got it. I
freaking
just wanted-
hot, okay?
I had to be clear on that. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
So-
I look good. If we're playing fantasy, I'm living.
Okay.
Oh,
you
okay.
like this
I got you. I get
Put
the
on
picture.
those go-go boots 1 foot at a time, sister.
Is there,
I,
Dylan? Is there a role? Is there a role Nate could do to see whether an erection in full scale
No.
will cause
3 layers of armor, man.
Some
And
damage.
some
Get some
class.
damage.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that'd be like.
He's got
I
class
thought
on
maybe
it,
he
so
would take
Yeah, I got
it's
a class check. I need to, but what was it?
take a hit
So
point.
what I'm getting from this is I'm coming out of this. I'm,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, like immediately,
so-
like you're drawn away from that like cluster of like flowers in the middle of space, and you're immediately back where you were. You're on your knees, and like I said, this gorgeous elf is like hovering above you. And Heidi, what do you say? Or do you say anything?
I don't because he's just too enthralled with me. So I'm like creeper.
I was gonna say,
No,
well, I'm really between whether or not I should be angry for bringing me down off my trip, or if I should just be like, that was evil. And I didn't like that at all.
You're
That
not sure it was evil,
that
but
needs
you're
to
pretty
be
sure it's
yeah.
not good.
Wait,
Yeah,
aren't you
I'm just-
blind?
Well, yeah, but the blind sense can tell that there's some kind of not exactly.
Go-go
There's some kind of beautiful. There's some kind of beautiful woman in front of me, and there's some kind of drugged up flower that apparently messed me up in one go. So I'm like, no more
It's
hits
like-
off that bong there, Mister. And you, thank you so much for slapping me. Because
She's a witch, though. You must
You
abhor
are
the
welcome.
witch.
He doesn't.
I don't
Sam,
know
shush.
she's a witch. Yeah, I don't know she's a witch. I'm just like, thanks. You're the best right now. Mole says something along the lines of, thank you. Oh, Jesus.
Thank you.
Oh, man. You're so beautiful. Oh, gosh. And he kind of touches his face and goes, oh, thank you. And that's Mole's dialogue right there.
So
I
Go
started
on.
studying my pimp hand a little more after that, but carry.
Jeez.
Ah, I see.
He's just like, yeah.
Where?
So do you say anything else, Heidi?
Not yet. No.
Okay. Well, here's a very weird flower. This might be what Zathus was talking about.
Seems like
So, do you want to do anything with the flower? Like I said, with your Arcana check, you deduce that if you get too close, you might be entranced, like Mal just was.
Now,
so. Like I couldn't do another check on it to see like.
Oh yeah, you can.
Can I do like a perception?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
It's just kind of to see like if it would have the same effect on me. No,
With
'cause
that
I'm kinda
Arcana
like-
check that you did previously, you know it definitely would.
That would be the kind of okay.
Yeah.
There's not much else I can do with it. I want to pick it. I want to take it with.
Do you have nature?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Well, you can roll nature and try and like handle it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I feel like I want to take this. I don't want to just leave this here.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do a nature.
How do you just pull the trigger?
that was an 11.
11.
Mhm.
Okay. Give me a charisma saving throw. But
okay.
you can do it at an advantage because you know it's coming. So that means roll twice, take the higher result, add your charisma saving throw bonus.
With me.
Yes, for you.
It's 23.
Okay, yeah, you caught like a quick whiff, but you were able to turn yourself away fast enough that it didn't affect you. You're all right. And so you kind of like wrap it up in this cloth that you have, and you put it gently into like a satchel that you have, or I'm guessing you have one. And kind of as you do, this like farmer is like walking by, and he's like, "Was that another one of those strange flowers?"
Yeah.
Those have been popping up all over.
Whatever it was,
That's
it really
not-
messed me up.
They don't seem to last long. There's this half-elf lady. She comes and she picks all of them, just like you did, and then she takes them back into town.
Hmm.
Do you know where I could find this lady?
Well, I've seen her around here before, and she usually talks to Nyan, and he basically supplies like flowers, cause those mamby-pamby nobles, they have to have all their flowers. They want to smell good. So,
Hmm.
I mean, if you don't like grow something that like is worth something, that like feeds people or sustains people,
I got you.
what kind of farmer are you?
I just feel like we might want to talk to her to figure out why she also wants them.
I'm pretty sure that she has a stall in the market district. Pretty sure.
Is
Uh,
she selling these to people?
Oh wait, am I able to interject real quick, Dylan?
As,
Sam-
as- yeah.
Sam wants to make it known that Hans Gruber, his cat, has stepped on the power cord and shut off his computer. He will be joining momentarily.
That's why his camera's
Fair enough,
closed.
fair
That's great.
Okay, so then yeah, he says that she has a stall in the merchant district, and that's pretty much it. He kind of just stands there looking at you, and then he goes
Okay.
on with his legs
Mal
on the
says
wheelbarrow.
something along. Mal says something along the lines like, "Any information that we could get about these flowers would be vital to the common good."
Okay. Yeah.
Get back into town. We can.
I apologize for the stream. Everything went a little bit sideways, but when Sam gets back, it should fix itself. So, excuse the camera stuff for a bit. All right. So,
Hey,
Hans
microphone.
Gruber up to no good again.
so since Hans Gruber did his thing, we'll move on to Joe.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm
so,
here.
Joe, you are currently in a kind of like open air tavern / cafe. It's not technically a cafe because they don't serve coffee because coffee doesn't exist here, but it's got that kind of like setup. There's a nice little terrace.
Is there any gelato?
Floating around. No, there's no gelato.
Okay.
And anyway, you are there meeting you've got a coded message that you that you received to meet your new handler here at this particular tavern / cafe. So you arrive on time, and you're sitting there, and you're drinking whatever drink that you order. Water's popular because of the desert environment. But then, of course, so are like
Apple juice.
fruit juices or fruit alcohols
Can
like wine. And,
I get a cranberry?
Yeah.
Cranberry juice.
So, you wait there for a little bit, and then you see a woman approach. A human woman. She's got a kind of like a wide brim hat and this poncho covering her torso. She seems to have it like a little longer on one side than the other. And anyway, she comes and sits down across from you, and she's like, "So you're the new Blade?"
I am the new Blade. Yes, correct. I'm willing and eager for my first, well, not my first, but my first real mission here. I've been child's play for a while. Sick of this bullshit.
So everything the Order does is bullshit.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Sorry, I spoke out of turn. Sorry. Continue.
All right. Well, one thing that the Order does need is more intelligence. So, the first part of your mission is I need you to go and establish more intelligence contacts, specifically with a bard that we've been following for a while. He used to play for the Sorcerer King and many of the Praetorian, words. Where is not? I think it is Praetorian, but whatever.
All right, sorry about that, folks. My cat turned off.
I already told him.
computer.
I told him.
He's an asshole.
And
good.
look, everything went back. Oh yay! Oh,
Is
sorry,
it good again?
Is your cat the asshole? Or
patricians.
No, you're right. I really can't blame Hans Gruber. He did his job.
do we need to
You
recap?
shut the power off.
Yeah, he shut
So-
the power off.
Joe.
Broke into the bank vault.
I'm
got
listening.
the bail bonds.
So,
Shut up, Sam.
What? No, fuck you.
So, yeah, he played for several Praetorian
See you there, Joe.
patrician houses. Apparently played for the Sorcerer King himself. He probably has lots of intelligence that he can have access to, or that he just has in general. So we'd like you to
Okay.
get in contact with him and more or less recruit him
Recruit him.
as a third party asset.
Dangle the Obsidian Blade name or no?
Sure. Yeah. Tell
Is he
him
able to
anything-
join? I mean,
Well, he won't be an actual blade, but like I said, he'll be a
okay.
third-party asset.
Third party asset. Got it. Ma'am, what, I mean, I'm assuming that this relationship is two ways?
Meaning,
Meaning, can I have your name?
oh, Anura.
You know mine. Anura. Okay. All right. And where can I locate this performer?
Look directly over my left shoulder and across the square. You see that other? No, my left shoulder.
Oh, shit. That way. Gotcha.
You see that
Gotcha.
other tavern across the square? The square that you happen to be in is kind of like ringed by a whole bunch of different like restaurants and taverns, and like
Okay.
open air terrace drinking and eating places. And
Oh, wait.
the one, yes, directly over her left shoulder when you just look straight past her, seems like. I mean, all of the ones around here are like relatively nice. I mean, they're not like super upscale or anything, but they're relatively nice. And anyway, this one looks a little more rowdy because there seem to be a lot of legionnaires in there. But she gives you a bit more direction, and yeah, you see one guy who's like definitely not a legionnaire. Looks
Okay.
like he would be a bard, although you don't see like any instruments or anything on him. But like he definitely looks like out of place, and Anura does confirm it as like that is the person we need you to go find. So
What?
yeah.
And you said you made mention to intelligence being kind of your what we're looking for. Is there anything specific that I should be probing?
That is the next part of your mission. We need to find out what happened in the salt mirrors of Bodak 3 weeks ago.
Solmir's about 3 weeks.
Because
Got it.
no one can talk about it.
Locked in.
Something
Okay.
happened, and something is
Okay.
suppressing people or keeping people from talking about it. So we need you and the new asset to find out why.
Okay. I will make my way over and recruit him.
Okay.
With my charm and wit.
Brad.
Hello.
So, over the past few weeks, in your quest for revenge, the short-term goal was to kind of get more allies, especially of the physical type. So, what you have done here recently is that you've joined more or less a mercenary company, and
Okay.
this mercenary company, they haven't been too. I wouldn't say necessarily. They're friendly enough. It's just they're not too willing to just start giving out things. They want you to prove yourself. So the task they've assigned you is they want you to hang out in Legionnaire bars and start recruiting various ex or current, doesn't matter, Legionnaires with appropriate skills, either fighting or scouting, doesn't matter. And they want you to convince them. Any of them. I mean, like 1, 2. I mean, you have a quota. Your quota's 3. They want you to recruit people to that mercenary company. So, after asking around a bit, you found out that a lot of the other Legionnaire bars, or the ones that are frequented by Legionnaires, have been kind of abandoned recently. Not necessarily abandoned, because, I mean, they still got clientele. They just don't seem to have any, like, military clientele. And instead, they've all sort of been flocking to this particular tavern/bar. And they're all here, but you do think it's kind of odd that they kind of abandoned all the other bars in the city for this particular one. But nonetheless, here you are. You're looking around, and yeah, you see Legionnaires, but I mean, these definitely aren't like the tip tops. These are the ones that,
Quality I'm looking for. Okay.
yeah. But again, this seems to be the only one of the places that they're coming to anymore. And as you're sitting there for a while, you have a few drinks, and you start thinking a little bit more about your past. Yeah, you got a few more drinks. You start thinking a little bit more about your past. And you kind of stop paying attention to everything around you, just because, again, every time you do look, it's a bunch of, like, scrubs. You're like, fuck these guys. And you go back to drinking. But then you look up, and a robed elf stands before you. Joe, you're standing before
Brett,
your ass.
excuse me, sir. Can I have? I noticed that you look a little bit out of place here. You don't look like your standard legionnaire grunt. What exactly is it that you do? If you don't mind me asking.
I could say the same about you, but
Okay. I'm gonna open up my vest / cowl, whatever I'm wearing, my hooded robe, and show my dagger. Would that be something that he would be able to see?
Sure. Brad, roll a history with advantage.
Almost fell down.
7.
Shit.
I saw that. You ate shit hard.
I tripped over the cat.
Man, what's with cats
You all cats.
tonight?
Cats and cats. Cats on cats.
So, what'd you get, Brad?
That's why you own dogs.
A 7.
That was with advantage?
Yeah, my other
Roll
die was
twice.
3.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Jesus.
Fucking fire rolls.
You know what? That looks like it should mean something, other than just someone flashing a dagger at you. And he doesn't seem to be doing it like maliciously, but it seems like he thinks that you should know what that means, and you think you should know what that means, but you don't know what it means.
All right. Is that supposed to impress me or something?
This is the dagger of the Obsidian Blade. Have you heard of them?
Ah, that's the word you were looking for. Obsidian Blade. Yes. So now you know what he's
yes,
talking
I've
about.
heard of them.
Yes. Okay. So, think of us as whispers in the wind, so to speak. We are intelligence gatherers. We are an entity in this land that seeks intelligence. You seem like the kind of guy who knows some stuff.
Oh, hey. Thanks, Gage Quinn, for follow.
You
50 more, and we get to
Say
be
I have some
affiliates.
intelligence.
Thanks, Pat.
Say again?
Said you could say that I might have some intelligence.
You have some intelligence. Okay, yeah. So, let me offer you something here. Let me talk to you here. My handler has tasked me with getting some new recruits, getting some people who have some intelligence and can. Have you ever heard of the Sultanaires of Bodak by chance?
Dylan,
Roll me a history again.
with advantage or no?
Not with advantage this time.
So that'd be good. 6.
I mean, you know of the place, but you don't know, like, anything significant about it.
This guy just sounds confused.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so not much.
Let me explain. So basically, something went down there. I don't really know what. There was a battle. No one is like able to talk about it. I need more information. You look like the kind of guy who deals in information. You appear to be a performer of some sort. You're going to be one with the people. I would think that you could blend in pretty well. I mean, you're standing here in the middle of all these Legion assholes, and they're not saying anything to you. Like, what can I do to persuade you to assist me on my journey and maybe have you in the future meet my handler of the Obsidian Blade and work out some sort of deal?
The more he name drops the Obsidian Blade, Brad,
Piques my interest a little bit.
yeah, the more he name drops the Obsidian Blade, kind of in the back of your head, you're like, these guys are like spies. I could use him. Maybe even more than he can use me.
Did I hear that?
No, this is the back of Brad's head.
Yeah. So yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. I might be able to help you out.
Okay, well, I'd love for you to meet my handler, Anura. She's a real. I mean, I'm gonna lean into him and tell you, she's kind of a ball buster, but she pays the bills, so to speak. So. I'd love for you in the future to meet her and get you kind of involved in our organization and see what we can do working together.
I'm down
Speaking
with
of, what
that.
the fuck are you doing in this
What was
place?
your name again?
My name is Carrick,
Carrick.
and yours, sir?
Mine is Linus.
I see that you have some your features are fairly distinct. Are you I mean, you can see my I am. What about you? What is this? What am I seeing?
I happen to be a half elf, like you seem to be.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is great. First, what are we doing in this piece of shit establishment? Look at these.
Okay,
Look at
so,
these guys around.
As
Okay, yep,
as
got
you
it.
guys are having this conversation, Sam, 3 weeks ago, you were in a incredibly intense battle. You know now that many of the people that you served in your file in the Legion are no longer alive. You only have how many survived?
It was a hard fought battle.
Yeah,
I
tell
don't
me
know
that.
how many out of the Legion
He doesn't know.
survived.
He
I
doesn't
know
know.
we won,
Yeah.
and I, along with my file, about 3 or 4 survived,
Okay.
including our major.
Okay, so, and you've been having strange dreams, like, you kind of keep like reliving the battle, not necessarily in like a PSTD, like oh shit, I'm shitting it.
PTSD.
PTSD. Letters are hard, but more in a sense that like you are kind of like watching a like movie of it again if your character knew what movies were, but it was kind of like that, and you're seeing it from like a third person kind of thing, but instead of like or you see the terrain of the salt mirrors of Bodak, but above you is only the night sky, like you've never seen before. Like so many stars and swirling comets and all of this just insanity, and like you're crushing foe after foe, and you don't even know what these things are. They're just kind of like these like these like humanoid shaped like blurs that like come at you, and you keep smashing them just like you did. And anyway, whenever you start asking around, every time you start talking about it, all of a sudden you lose like 2 or 3 seconds of your perception, and when you come back, you're talking about the grain prices that like just went into the
Well,
market.
I'll tell you, my mind seems to get muddled and confused, cloudy
Yeah.
at best. Just switch topic because I don't know what I'm talking about for a minute there once I try to recollect the events that happened during that battle. All I know is we won the battle, and afterwards I was sent here. When I think about it, though, I have to give toast to those that I fought alongside, and I give toast to those that survived.
As soon as you start trying to give a toast to them, you end up just again talking about like the newest like silk fashions that like all of the patrician women are wearing.
Sexy ass silk fashions.
Yeah. So you go from like bar to bar or bar to bar or tavern to tavern that like that other legionnaires hang out in, and most of them to be rather deserted, but you do happen upon one. There's this. He's like an engineer from like the Sixth Legion, and he
Look,
usually-
I've been relegated to patrol duty in the
Yeah.
city. I try to find whoever I can.
he
But
recommends.
do I remember? No, I don't.
No, but he does. He listens to you for a little bit. You try and tell him a story, and all of a sudden you switch. And when you come back and you're talking about like construction projects that like the Sorcerer King has approved, he like looks at you and he's like, you need to go to oh shit, what was the name of it? Sorry.
Well, I'll tell you, I'd probably head down to the head clerk of the city zoning. Talk to him about these construction problems, because they fall under my jurisdiction as
You
a
need to-
member of the Custodes.
You need to go to the olive tree.
The olive tree.
Yes. There, you might actually be able to discuss what you want to discuss.
Well, couldn't hurt, could it?
At least get
I'll
drunk.
head that way. Oh, well, I'll quite get tipsy. Don't worry about that.
All right, so you're headed your way there. Johnny. Same thing that happened to Sam 3 weeks ago. You remember being in an incredibly intense battle. You were sent ahead to gather as much like intel as you could for your file, and by the time you got back, all-out war had broke loose, and you fought valiantly. All sorts of things like
Yep.
just happened, and when you got back home, every time you try and talk about it, you change subjects. So you went into the city and started asking around with various other legionnaire buddies that you have, and kind of the same thing. You happen into this one bar, completely normally frequented by legionnaires, but now it's like completely empty, save for one guy. And again, kind of like with Sam, you started trying to talk to him about it. You black out for 2 seconds, and when you come back, the guy's like, you need to go to the olive branch.
Where is this olive branch?
It's in the market district. You've heard of it before,
Okay.
but normally
it.
legionnaires stay away from it because it's considered a little too fancy. It's a little too fancy. Not that it's fancy, but it's too fancy for what most legionnaires want to do. Wow, Sam, you need to
Shut the
mute your-
fucking cat up.
That you need to mute your
Wow!
Why?
'cause
Can you
were-
guys really hear the cat that well?
Yeah.
Nah,
Yes.
is
Overpowers everything.
At least
Okay.
we didn't hear him pee.
So, Johnny, as you're making, or do you make your way to the olive branch?
I'll make my way to the olive
Or the
branch.
olive tree, sorry. So,
Tree.
on the way there, you come into the square where it is, and it's like it's a square that's like kind of like surrounded by all sorts of like shops and taverns and stuff like that. Roll me a perception.
Mm. Two.
Okay.
+5.
dude, me,
Oh, yeah,
brother.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
it's
Well,
Sorry.
it's
7.
slightly better, but it's
Still
still not
nothing.
good. Yeah.
rolling them twos.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Even with that, you do notice a flower stand. It smells lovely, but you keep going. So, you enter into.
Wake up, Heidi.
Just call me makeup.
Wake up.
Oh, I'm here.
So,
I got
anyways,
something that'll wake you up.
you got you enter the tavern, and you do see a lot of like legionnaires. There's probably about like 15 or so in this tavern, and like the wait staff and like everyone else in the tavern's like going full tilt trying to keep everyone's drinks filled and stuff like that. Though you definitely recognize these men and women as legionnaires, none of them are from your legion, so you have no idea who these people are. So you just kind of find a quiet place to sit down, and after a while, you notice basically he's definitely a Templar because he's dressed like one, and 2, he kind of carries himself with that like NCO. Don't look at me, motherfucker, or I'll put you to your knees. That kind of like view. Sam, you
Yes.
enter the bar, and you
This is
see
Kyle.
you see a bunch of like wasted recruits. Like, why did we spend our time even training these kind of guys? Roll me a perception.
You got a 1.
Man, you guys and your friggin' rolls tonight.
Plus
going
5
good.
makes a 6. I got to sit
Yeah.
for my
It's a
steps.
fail. It's a fail.
Yeah.
It could be
yeah,
a
you-
fail, but it's not a critical fail anymore. Mark my words, Joe. I will slay you.
So you see just a bar filled with a bunch of grunts,
Fucking rabble.
essentially.
Waste our time on these
So
people.
do you go find a place to sit?
As I make my way through the bar, not noticing anything too particular.
A handful of people kind of give you a wide berth. They don't quite salute you or anything because you're not their NCO, but they do kind of
I
acknowledge
don't
your existence.
smile. I
and
don't
move
even
to the
look
side.
plain. I look like I'm angry.
Yeah.
I walk right through them in a direct route. A route that signifies I ain't fucking around.
Mhm.
I know where I'm going, and I'm going there right now. And I walk right up to the bar. Straight up in between two people sitting there.
Mhm.
I
They
don't
move.
care if they're together or not.
They scooch.
I want to talk to the bartender.
Okay.
So I walk that way, and I make it to the bar.
Okay. What do you ask the bartender?
Oh, wait, can I interject?
It's still your moment in time.
Real quick,
still
it's a chat request. It's a chat
okay. What's
request.
the chat request?
The question from a Gage Quinn 02 is, why does it look like Sam has no eyebrows? Can we clear that up real quick?
So,
Man.
His eyebrows move
Gage,
down
good
to his face.
He's got the light red blondish hair.
It's
Oh.
it's that they were transplanted, Gage Quinn, from the eyebrow down to the mustache. See, it just went down.
Well, I'll tell you. Back in the last war,
Please speak
I
in
took a
character.
get
Thank you.
out to flame to the face. Burned my eyebrows right off, but skin untouched, for the Sorcerer King protects.
Mhm. That's what they all say.
Give the man a
So,
round
did
of
you want to
applause.
say something to the bartender?
Anyways, yes, walk up to the bartender. I'm polite about it, of course, because I'm not trying to fight with the bartender.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, the bartender's my best friend in here.
Mm-hmm.
I say, excuse me.
That was an incredible preamble. So, what do you?
Tap my hands on the bar. Say,
Yeah.
I'd like a drink.
Okay. So, do a lot of people. I mean,
Whiskey.
sure. The Dark Sun equivalent thereof is put it in a glass and slid over to you, and he goes about because he does seem very busy. Not that he's trying to be rude, but he's
Oh,
trying to be
I
busy.
understand. Don't worry. I'm a busy man, too, and I'm not fucking around. Want my drink now.
Okay. So,
And I take my drink.
roll me a perception again.
The man.
Hold on. I'm still enjoying my drink. Delicious drink.
Mm,
Perception check.
yes. Johnny, make me one too.
I got a 19 on my perception check with a +5. I think that's a 24.
11.
The
So-
booze increases the perception.
You take your drink. You kind of turn around. You start scanning the bar.
No eyebrows
You-
increases the perception.
You
Less to
finally,
block the vision.
you
Shut the
finally
fuck up, Sam.
find someone of worth in this bar. He's kind of huddled over his drink, but he's got kind of the mark of the Ranger Corps.
Oh, fuck. Johnny's drank with me enough times. He knows exactly. This is how I am in real
Oh, yeah.
life. He knows exactly how to react. This is what I actually do in real life.
Well, hold on. So do you approach him?
It's up to Johnny now. He knows exactly how to
Do I
react.
approach Sam?
No. Does Sam approach?
No,
Johnny.
It's you, Sam.
Yeah.
No, I don't approach shit. I'm drinking my drink.
All right. Johnny, you just noticed.
Shame on you for even thinking such.
What
Johnny,
about stare at him?
Yep.
you just
Go
noticed
again.
your brother enter the bar and go over and talk with someone who's not a Legionnaire.
Okay.
And
I
you
noticed
haven't
my
seen-
brother walk in. I
Yeah,
haven't
you
seen him
haven't
for
10
quite a
years.
while, right?
And he sits down and he starts talking with some guy who has been sitting there since you got well, actually even before before you arrived. Definitely doesn't look like a Legionnaire.
He doesn't look like a Legionnaire.
Yeah, and then your brother doesn't look like a Legionnaire either. He's dressed in
Yeah.
flowing robes and shit.
Can you see me from where I'm sitting?
Joe, roll
Any,
perception.
Straight eye contact.
Oh, I see you, buddy. That's a
No,
nat
he
20.
sits down and kind of faces away from you, so you're basically staring at the back of his head.
Oh, fuck. What'd you have me roll?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a nat 20.
Okay,
I
you
sense it.
feel,
He said
you
that's
feel
a
some
nat 20.
eyes burning in the back of your head, and when you look over, you see a dude in a cloak. That just might be your brother.
No one fights harder than brothers. Let me just say that now.
I'm gonna get up.
That's true.
I'm gonna walk right. I'm gonna walk over to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch him straight in the face.
Bar.
Okay, roll to hit.
Oh, there's some beef in this household. I like
15 plus 6.
it.
What's your armor class,
Ooh-wee.
Wait a minute. Are you going to roll to hit an unarmed strike, or are you going to let
Yeah,
me?
that was the hard one here.
Okay.
My armor class is a 17.
Yeah, he hit you. You just got socked in the jaw.
Okay, I'm going to turn around. Well, was I looking, or did he sucker punch me? That's a
No, you like turned
Oh,
around,
back
watched
to-
him walked over, and he just clocked you right in the jaw.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna stand up. I also stand up.
Okay.
I'm
Don't actually
Shout out
stand
to
up on camera.
Sam.
We gotta be able to see your pretty
sorry. I stand up. I turn around
face. Mhm.
and I say, "Aye, Haven!" And then I spend a. Then I roll to attack. Unarmed strike.
Okay. All right.
I rolled a 17.
And that
His
dodge
armor
that.
class is a 16.
Okay.
Can I dodge that?
No, that,
Can't
that's
dodge,
it's
no.
part of your armor class. That's it.
So I punch him in the face too.
Okay.
Back!
So
Back at him.
are you gonna do lethal or non-lethal damage? Since you have the option as a monk.
Non-lethal.
Okay, so roll your damage.
Okay. It's a 4 plus 4. That's an 8, brother.
He hit harder than you've ever felt anyone punch you in your entire life. It felt
sounds
like he
about
hit
right,
you with a
Joe.
fucking club.
Can I expend a key point and hit him with Fury of Blows 2 more times?
Good job, Johnny.
Yes.
Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Get
I
it.
would love to do that. Yeah, I just. No, never mind. Just in
I was
case this
gonna-
sparks a brawl. I don't want to kill
What's
him.
the-
Fuck.
What's the
Short sword fuck you up.
What's the bar doing at the time? Like, are they trying to split this up? Or are they just
No,
like
just
actually-
sitting back watching.
A
letting
circle.
them fight?
Yeah, a
So I
circle
catch
is
him
kind of
with
formed
one.
around.
I catch him with one. Bah! What does he do?
When you hit him again?
No, just the first.
Was it the first one?
Oh,
then?
just the first one. Okay, so yeah.
You get it, Sam?
Yeah, I got myself good in the eyeball there with my finger.
Okay.
Shut the
Ah,
you-
that hurt. Like motherfucker.
I got him.
Okay, so he hits me. I hit him.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
No, you
And
hit
then-
me. I hit you. That's-
Whatever. And then I say, "Where the fuck have you been? For how many years was it?"
I mean, we're looking at over 10. We're looking at
Yeah.
maybe 15. We're looking at maybe 15 years since we've been separated from the olive farm that we both were adopted into.
And I had no explanation. You just left.
You don't have an explanation. I have no explanation either. All I can tell you is that some men showed up. They offered our father money, and they took me. So I think I was sold. I mean, if I'm being frank here, I think I was sold.
What do you do?
Uh,
What do you to where?
To the Obsidian Blade. I am now an agent with the Obsidian Blade. A Blade Errant is my rank. I deal in espionage, and I lurk in the shadows.
Okay. What are you doing here?
What is it that you do? You're dressed in this Legion garb. What is this? What is this shit?
I'm a member of the 5th Legion Auxiliary.
I don't know what that means. Wait a minute. Were you at
You
the
know
Salt
what that
Mears of
means.
Bodak by chance? Were you at the Salt Mears
What?
of Bodak by chance? Huh? Were you at the Salt Mears of Bodak by chance?
Around there, yeah.
Okay.
What?
Johnny,
But
what you just said
Shut
was
that
the first
fucking
time
crowd
you've
up.
been able to say it since it actually happened. But you
it's
confirmed
because I went.
that you were there.
Wait a minute. You
Yeah.
were there? You were there? Is that what you just said? What the hell happened there?
Why?
Sam, roll a
There's
What do you
perception,
want to
Sam,
know?
while they're
Sam.
talking.
Oh shit! Sorry, my cat just like disappeared.
I want to know. I want to know what the hell happened there. People,
What?
the Legion formally denies any.
No, they're
engagement
in
there.
their own shit. What does this have to do with me?
Because you can overhear it if you roll a good enough perception.
Just,
That
And
was-
it's
Do I
important.
even
I'm
reply?
just. Does the drinking increase any kind of perception check? Because it obviously did something before.
8 plus 5.
That's a 13. Yeah, you actually hear that ranger guy that you scoped out, who went over and punched some other guy, who then turned around and punched him back. You hear him say, "I was at the Salt Meres of Bodak," which this is the first time you've heard anybody confirm it.
From a veteran standpoint.
Now
Yeah.
I'm weary. I'm weary at this point. I don't want to just give
Then
off
keep
that I
watching.
was there
Keep
too.
watching.
I am going
can
to heighten my ear over that way. Jesus Christ, Heidi. You fucking Snoop
She's
Dogging
vaping.
it up over there? Like, all I just see is a cloud of smoke. This bitch got it going hard right now. Fucking
Shield double G.
damn.
Anyways,
Anyways.
I'd like to
Yeah.
ask Haven now. Spoiler alert: Haven is my brother. I think we've just now established this. We've been disconnected for a long period of time. My primary objective right now from my handler is to find out what happened at that Salt Meres of Bodak. He's confirmed he is there. I'd like to probe further. Can I roll an insight check?
Or you could just ask him. I mean, you
Oh,
don't
you just
really
ask
use
me.
skills on characters.
What happened? What happened?
I was given a mission.
Your people have formally denied any altercation.
I
So-
was given a mission, completed it, and that's all there is to say about that.
Which
What
is
did
more
you-
than you've been able to say about it in like 3 weeks.
What was
Yeah.
there? What? Who were you fighting? There's a battle. Who was the enemy? We don't know who the enemy was.
I couldn't even really begin to describe what those enemies even were or who they were. They're weren't
Thycreen?
human. What?
Thycreen? Praying Mantis spoke?
No.
Okay. Good to see you, brother. I give him a hug.
Brad,
I don't.
After I've
Brother
extracted
shit.
my information.
Brad, roll a perception.
He trying to steal your shit. Oh wait, that's Brad. Never mind.
Look at fucking Brad.
I would like to interject.
Yeah,
After
Nasty.
Brad's roll, I'd like to interject.
okay.
Well, you need to let it resolve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
let
Brad,
it resolve.
You are kind of like looking around for like police because people just don't allow fighting in bars, and or Templars, not police. You do spot a Templar sitting at the bar, but he's paying way more attention to the actual like conversation than he is to like the altercation, which has kind of seemed to stop anyway. But you also get this like sweet smell kind of coming from behind you, and it's like you've never. It's very floral. You've never smelt it before, though. It's like strange, and when you peek over, there's like a cart just filled with all kinds of flowers. But on kind of like one of the corners is this like strange flower. I mean, you're not a botanist, so I mean, there's lots of flowers you haven't seen before, but this one stands out because the leaves and stems are black, and the actual petal and the flower is all purple and violet. And that seems to be where the smell is coming from. And also, you can just kind of like sense that the entire smell is just kind of like overtaking the whole bar that you're in at the moment. And Heidi, Nathan,
Ah,
Am I
you
familiar
guys
with this?
make your way
this
through the
war
city.
that they're talking about?
Do what?
Am I
Okay,
familiar
hold
with
on.
this war that they're talking about?
You haven't heard of any word about it because, as far as you know, it never happened.
All right, hold on,
Okay.
Dylan, real
Yeah.
quick.
Okay.
So Brad had made his roll,
hmm
and I wanted to interject about then, but we let Brad's roll go through. 'cause
Okay,
he
okay,
made
what do
his
you
roll
want?
first? I just wanted to know if I hear all of this.
You hear
'Cause-
everything. You hear everything that that Johnny and Joe's characters are talking about. So you
Okay,
hear
I'm about
Haven.
ready to interject. I'm about ready to interject. I just want you to know that. Go through their story, but I'm about ready to interject.
Okay.
How much
So-
have you drank so far?
Do what?
That first part, your voice is okay.
Okay, so you guys had to ask for directions a handful of times, but you eventually make your way to the square. And as you're passing into the, or as you're like basically entering the square, you see the cart everyone's talking about, and you see a half-elf woman kind of sitting on a stool next to the cart, and the cart's just filled with all kinds of flowers. And again, on one of the corners, you see those flowers. And she has like a whole huge bouquet of them, just like there.
Of the jacked up flower?
Yes. Like she has a lot of them. You had like one and like the small little plant part. She's got like
Trying to.
a good like 2 or 3 dozen.
Mhm.
So what I'm curious about is how is this not affecting her?
She doesn't seem affected. I mean,
Right. But shouldn't she be?
What Mal's curious. Mal's curious about is like these flowers are obviously not the best thing just to wield around the public because they have some kind of adverse effect on people. So like he's wondering why this is okay.
Right.
Why she? Well, really, he wants to kind of ask her like some moral standpoints. Like why are you selling these? Why are you peddling these flowers here in the middle of this town? Kind of thing. Like because she has to know that they're not the safest. Like they're not exactly dangerous, but they're not exactly like safe. They're questionable. Like that's for sure.
Her only response is they smell nice and they're pretty. And I've had handfuls of people who buy them. And
I can roll for what is it? It's blah 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 blah. Come on, it's intent, right? It's insight. I can try to figure out what her motives are, right?
Sure.
Like her.
Sure. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, roll an insight.
Got a 9. Dang it. And that's +2, so that's 11.
She seems pretty truthful about it. I mean,
Okay, so
collects
she
them.
doesn't know she's.
They seem to
as
be
far as
making her
I'm
money,
concerned.
and she has sold quite a few of them.
I feel like we should put an end to this though, because if it have had the effect on us, like we could. Can't imagine what it's doing to people who are buying said flower.
What do you mean an effect on you? These are harmless flowers.
Well, it had an
I want
effect
to
on them.
relate
I'd have
to her the
slapped the shit out of
experience that I had where I went to space within a matter of touching the flower of going into a trance. Was that something that Mal was aware of, that he went into a trance?
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, you're definitely,
okay. So
definitely remember it and are aware of it.
this is kind of some customer complaint kind of stuff. Then I'm sitting here saying like, "Hey, lady, these flowers, I have messed with them before, and they messed me up. Like I wasn't able. It was dangerous. I would have known what would have happened to me if it wasn't for sorry, Heidi, what was your character's name again?
Phelan.
If Balin here didn't come and rescue me by slapping me across the face, which
She says, "Are you sure you haven't just been eating Esper weed?" And Esper
yes,
weed,
I'm sure I haven't been eating Esper weed. I'm a paladin. I got some kind of you just act like I'm going around doing that stuff. Kind of offends me. Just saying, JS,
Nobody else has had issue with these flowers.
So now I'm curious why it affected him that way. What's wrong with you? I should have.
Okay, now I am with a I shut my mouth and I kind of.
You could tell it kind of drifting in, but you were able to resist it.
Right, and I'm a pretty powerful source. I've had like training.
Mm-hmm.
Magic shouldn't have that kind of effect on.
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
So, chill.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you could watching me. Sorry.
Where to go with this though?
I've had a few cocktails. Sorry.
Well, she's like, so she just keeps going back and forth, kind of like not knowing what you guys are talking about. because she said she's had many people, nobody's come back, there's been no complaints, blah blah blah. You're the first one, so on and so forth. Sam, interject.
Please.
Interject with what? Set the scene for me.
You were
All I know
talking-
is that
You
Joe and
just said
Johnny
that
are.
you rolled your shit, and it was you're gonna interject with me.
Yeah, I was overhearing you
already
and Joe.
forget?
Yeah, but I
No,
think he was.
I was
talking
overhearing
about
you
the
and Joe,
bar.
but things get sidetracked with everybody else's story. Spider's out of control so fast, man. You have no idea.
So he forgot.
Fifth
Yeah.
the Maker's Mark there.
Okay, but
You know,
the smell of the flowers had wafted through the bar.
Mhm.
So, like, you follow those?
the prawns, you know. Get the prawns in
Damn,
District
Sam.
9. Anyways.
What the
Go
fuck?
get it. Yeah, boy. Anyways. Alright. We're gonna come into this hard.
Can you interject? You rolled to interject.
We're
Interject.
waiting for your interjection.
My
Over Johnny
interjection-
and I's conversation about the Saltmeres of Bodak.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say I was at the
Shut your
I was
fucking
gonna-
mouth, cleric!
Oh, you cocksucker, Joe. I swear to God, I'm gonna hate
This
you.
is between my brother and I.
Well, actually, Joe, he is
He
dressed as a
overheard.
Templar. You wouldn't quite be that forceful.
I
Yeah.
flashed my obsidian blade at him.
And he
I'm
doesn't.
gonna hurt
You
him.
have no jurisdiction. You have zero jurisdiction anywhere.
Show him the obsidian blade. How about that?
Bitch slap him, Sam.
I want to say.
He didn't
I
even
was at
interject.
Salt-
He's just stumbling over his
I was
fucking
at
phone.
Saltmire as well. What legion were you with?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Thank you.
Me?
Yeah.
Fifth.
Fifth.
You.
Fifth.
Yeah, you do know that the fifth
And
legion
you?
was there.
Yes, of course I knew that.
Yeah.
How did the fifth fare? I know my file was wiped out to the last 5 men.
You have an accent now. We
Yeah.
lost a lot of good people. We made it out, but we lost a lot of people. They called it a victory for us, but I don't see it that way.
Sorry.
Just done.
I know.
Blank.
That's all he has to say?
I
Is that
know.
what you say?
Sorry. Side
Can I?
track.
Okay. Sorry. Don't let me
Anyways.
take over. Can I buy this fellow veteran a drink?
Yes, you
Hey!
can. And
I want to know if what this man's saying is legit.
which one?
Me?
What was the enemy we fought?
Mind flare.
All right. Good to meet ya,
Is your
Sergeant
character this
Ezekiel.
You?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Pretty,
Hey,
pretty toasty.
shake your
Yeah.
hand.
Brad, make a history check.
It's 11.
Dumb, man.
Okay. When he says what they were fighting, you start just like going through like all the epic poems and songs and everything else that you've ever heard in your entire bard career, and you have to dig real deep to just vaguely remember that there was something about one of the champions of Rajat completely wiping out all of the subterranean races. And you think what he just mentioned was one of those, but you're not sure. But if he's telling the truth, which for all intents and purposes he seems to be, and again, this is like the most anyone's ever talked about this at all, you're fairly certain that even if it is true, that maybe didn't happen? Maybe?
Hmm.
I could have sworn it happened.
Well, this is just
Maybe
what Brad's
it did
thinking.
not
Brad needs to talk before you react, Sam.
Not you, Sam.
I'm
Well,
thinking
I'm
maybe it
just
did
saying.
not happen.
My character.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it maybe did not happen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not maybe necessarily denying that there was a battle, but what he fought, he probably didn't fight that because those things don't exist and haven't existed for millennia.
In that case, what is it, like an insight to see if he's telling the truth, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Good. 7.
He is absolutely, totally, and completely telling the absolute truth. Or what he perceives as the truth.
Okay. I don't really know what to do with that information.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's up to you. I mean, you can just keep listening. Or
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him keep talking and listen in.
okay. You also kind of notice at this point behind you, there's a relatively large mole getting in a argument, demanding like better customer service from the flower vendor behind you.
All right, yeah, flowers. Back to the
I'm-
conversation.
So are you saying he's sitting there kind of hearing me? Because at this point, I'm doing what I would probably be doing in this situation, which is, you're going to tell me that no one at all has come here and told me or told you that anybody has gotten super high off these flowers and went to space, and that what I did was completely made up. You're saying that I'm just full of shit?
I'm
Like,
saying,
I'm getting
Motherfucker,
frustrated.
why did you not stay in the Navy? Because I could see you as like a crazy ex-admiral right now. Like, you just sound like an admiral. You should have stayed in the Navy. Got the
What do you
highest
do?
rank.
Sam, shut it down.
Yeah, I was going to say, shut it down.
all right, so
So we're trying to.
she says, well, no one's come back, and then she like kind of like looks over to the other side. Well, until now. I mean, those guys bought a bunch of flowers for me. And like completely across the square to where unless you actually hit your tattoo, you won't be able to perceive because they're further than 10 feet.
Yeah, I got you.
But Heidi, you look over to where she's pointing, and you see a whole bunch of dudes like with shaved heads, and they've got this kind of like powder on
No
them to make
eyebrows.
themselves
With no eyebrows. No eyebrows.
yeah, to make themselves look even more white, and like black robes. And roll a history or Arcana, whichever one you have is higher.
Ooh, history. Hold on. Uh,
20 what?
21.
21. Okay. You know these guys as Brotherhood of the Mind. They are the evil Psionicist group that are hell-bent on not just world domination, but killing every last magic user, divine or arcane, because they believe psionics are the way, and they're the way of the future.
Abhor the witch.
And there's about like there's 6 of them. And they're entering very purposefully into the square.
Very purposefully.
Like they're doing something. You don't know
Like
what.
shit's about to go down.
You maybe think so.
I know, so. I
Sam
got that
typing
set.
very loudly.
Okay, so do you want to do anything? Because you're kind of right. It is about to be initiative.
Yeah, I kind of want to question what's going on.
Who are you going to ask?
Well, these are the ones with the flowers, right?
Well, she says that they were at her stall previously, but they've come back. They don't look like they have any flowers on them. They just look like normal Brotherhood of the Mind thugs.
So has this character got a flower? Been around him?
Which one?
Okay, Joe.
My dagger. Look at my dagger.
Shush. Shush.
She would have to.
Yeah, she's not even paying attention to you. She doesn't care about you.
Oh, okay. Everybody cares about me, but yeah, okay.
No one does.
Yeah.
The golden
I
god.
will say Mal puts his hand on Phelan's shoulder and
Yeah.
goes, "What is going on?"
Yeah,
Who is he
you could
pointing
definitely
at?
sense something's about to happen.
Yeah, I'm
But
getting
you can't-
wary. Yeah.
You can't perceive anything yet because it's outside of your perception.
He's
What's going on, Heidi?
Can I
You
roll a
could definitely
perception
tell
to see?
him. Well, I mean, I just told you. You got like 6
Oh.
Brotherhood of the Mind entering the.
But there's nothing more I can know from that. Okay.
Well, I mean, you can tell him that.
I'm about to
All right.
get some
Well, I tell him this is
This
the
Adam
brother of
straight
mine coming.
Yeah.
and a
And
mustache.
much like with Heidi, you know that the Brotherhood of Mind are an evil organization of like psionists who are hell bent on ruling the world. And again, they're not quite in your 10 feet yet, but she kind of pointed in that
Yeah,
direction.
but
And you can
Paladin.
interpolate
So
from there.
wait, how many feet though? Because the Paladin sense has got the 30 feet range, right?
They are just
So-
entering your 30 feet range.
Ooh.
Oh wait, he's above me.
Once I got once I get that whiff, you just wait.
Okay. So, like I said, since Heidi warned you and Heidi saw them, you two have an opportunity to do something before we roll initiative. So, do you want to do anything in particular before initiative starts?
Ooh, am I able to do anything? Do I?
No,
Okay.
you're hugging your brother.
God damn!
The brotherly love there.
Yeah, it's like
I
Philadelphia
had
in
a-
this bitch.
I had a real good move.
Oh, I bet you did. But you're gonna have to wait till initiative.
Philadelphia,
want-
like shit. Does somebody get fucking AIDS?
So what I want to do is I'm gonna talk to Malachi
Yeah,
and get his opinion. What do you think?
I think
He feels like some muscles in his neck start like kind of twitching. He knows some evil is around, and he's thinking some cold one-liners to drop, and he's kind of coming up blank. But he's thinking something along the line of he's trying to talk shit is basically what he's doing. He's going to try to call these guys out and see what they got to say about it.
Well, I crack my knuckles and say, "Let's do."
All right.
Fuck.
So do you guys want to do an attack or a preparation spell? Because you only get one before we actually roll initiative.
Attack
And
or
you get-
preparation spell?
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. So this be a good time for bravery?
it might be. Yeah.
Oh man. So
If you're feeling particularly brave, this is a great time for bravery.
I was thinking about hooking Phelan up with some buffs or
Okay.
heroism is I guess what I was talking about. Yeah. So I was
Let's do this.
I was gonna like you said, be your
what does
hype man.
heroism give her exactly? Like
A willing creature you touch becomes immune to frighten and gains temporary HP at the start of each turn.
Okay.
So just makes her just buffer, and I think that lasts for like a minute.
okay,
But
cool.
just trying to hype her up. I'm like something about like evil has no place in this world. Something
And
like that.
Heidi, are you gonna do anything like attack or prepare?
I don't think so.
Now Mal's got his man voice on, and he just says something along the lines like "stench, filth, evil," and he just looks right at these 6 dudes.
Okay. Everyone else in the bar, you hear this mole shout that, and that's why you guys get to roll initiative instead of being surprised. So everyone roll initiative.
Wait, are these guys just like brothers too?
18.
16 plus my wisdom bonus of 3 for my psionics initiative.
So what's your total?
19.
19.
Dylan, I rolled a 17 plus 4, which is a 21.
All right.
Not bad, Joe. Not
Are we
bad.
rolling two?
Yeah, you two, Heidi.
18.
18.
Got that mustache of a cop.
Brad, what'd you get?
You know,
17.
Ace.
He knows shit's going down.
Let's do this.
Johnny,
I
what'd you
got
get?
17.
God. Trust
17.
these motherfuckers.
17. And
Total or with your plus 6?
Total.
and Nathan, what'd you get again? 17?
17.
17. Okay. And okay, well, it looks like Joe is going first. So,
Okay.
what are you gonna do? You see,
Uh,
are very apparently
Hey,
three
what's going
Brotherhood of the
on?
Mind, or sorry, 6 Brotherhood of the Mind enter the square. 2 of them, like they kind of like come in this like wedge formation. So like the 2 on the end manifest these like glowing like blades in their hand, just like from nothing. They're just like. Pwong. You've seen this before, just because it's like you live in this world, so you notice that they are basically soul knives or like mind blades. And the other 2 kind of like do this like weird thing where they like seem to be centering themselves, and then the 2 in the middle, they reach under their robes, pull out one of those flowers, they crush it in their hands like this, and then they go
Oh, they huff it?
like
Okay.
that, and like all of a sudden they're just like completely surrounded in these like black thorny vines with like little purple flowers popping out of them, and they grow like a whole foot. So they're like
Freddie Mercury.
they're like pushing like 8 foot right now, and one of their arms become like this heavy viney thing, and then like the rest of their body just kind of like hulks out.
Mm. Hey, he ain't scared. Get him.
Quickly, Dylan, am I able to make a comment to Linus before that's not an action?
Sure.
Or is that an
yeah,
action?
crying is a free action.
Oh,
Right?
Being
Yes.
a little bitch is a free action.
How about this? I'm going to
Sorry, dice camera action.
look over at Linus real quick,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna look at and I'm gonna point to these guys, and I'm gonna say, "Child's play." Is what I'm gonna say. How far is the nearest one from me, Dylan?
You can easily run and attack one of them.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move forward.
But which one?
They're in a wedge formation, like a
Yeah,
triangle.
like I said, there's 2 with mind blades, 2 that look like they're gonna do some psionics of some sort, and then 2 of these hulked out plant ones who inhaled the flowers.
Okay, I want to get if they're in a wedge formation, I want to get the one on the left closest to me.
Okay, fair enough. So like the one with
Okay.
the mind blades.
I don't give a shit what he has. I'm
Yeah,
going to him,
That's who it's gonna be. Yeah, go for it.
and then I'm going to roll to attack. Is that okay
Yeah, do
with
it.
you?
We can play Dungeons and Dragons anytime you want.
16
Huh.
plus 6.
Yeah,
Pretty
that
sure I hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so I'm gonna punch this motherfucker right in the mouth.
Mhm.
2 plus 4 for 6 damage.
Okay. I mean, you definitely punched the shit out of him.
Okay, I would like to expend a key slot. Is that the?
Well, point. Yeah.
Yeah, words. If that's okay with you, and I'm
yeah.
going to cast Fury of Blows, and I'm going to roll to hidden 2 more times.
All right.
Is it 2 more times?
Yes, 2.
11?
No.
You cunt. Oh, language. And 18 plus 6. That's a hit, right?
Yeah, that's,
I would
that's-
like to approve the word cunt. Acceptable
Let's
word.
put that in the acceptable. I rolled a 3 plus 4, so 7 damage. Pop, pop. 7 and 6. I hit him for 13.
All right.
Far left guy.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn, I think.
All right. Then that means it is.
God damn it. Oh, Kyle. Oh, Kyle.
That is now. Yeah, Ezekiel's turn.
Ezekiel. It's Ezekiel, right?
Ezekiel.
Isn't that right?
No, it's Ezekiel.
Okay, got it.
If you listen to as many Warhammer novels as I do, it's Ezekiel. Anyways.
bragging rights over there.
God. Hey, you know what? At least I have a theme going on, alright? What the fuck's notable about you, Joe? You're your average dad. Oh, fuck.
He's a good guy.
You don't want to talk shit or hit somebody.
Right?
Do
I'm, about
something
to,
stem. Take an
fucking
action before Dylan starts to count down.
I'm going to. Alright, Dylan, how many opposing people do I have in front of me?
There's 6.
We already established this.
6 in a beat.
Like 3 times.
I'd like to channel divinity orders demand. Since I'm an order cleric, I may present my holy symbol,
What does
and
it
each
do?
creature,
Too many words. What does it do? Skip to the end.
each creature of my choice I can see or hear within 30 feet must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be charmed until my next turn.
Okay.
I may also cause any of the charmed creatures to drop whatever they're holding
Okay.
when
Does
they
it
fail
work?
the saving
Does
throw.
it work on constructs?
Doesn't say yes or no.
What's the DC?
Which one out of the V?
DC saving throw of... Doesn't say. That's
It's
weird.
just going to be
It's-
regular spell save DC.
Just click on splays or click on
Spells.
spell.
Spells. 13.
13. Okay, and
Yeah.
you can only affect one or all of them.
All of them
All
within
creatures
30
within
feet.
30.
Okay.
I just-
and-
Fucking-
Of your
that's-
choice. Of your choice. So the
Of my
Brotherhood
choice.
of Mine.
Yeah. I can make it so Joe and Johnny, those that I perceive are alright, don't
Okay.
take it.
Can you say alright?
But Joe's gonna drop whatever weapon he because fuck
Oh
it.
well, good thing that
Oh.
Joe's not carrying a weapon.
Good thing the monk uses his fist, dipshit.
It's worth a shot.
Okay, I totally forgot you were a monk.
No.
Oh, okay. One. So I mean, like what? The two with like the glowing knives can't actually drop them because they're kind of attached to their hands. The two ones like centering themselves don't have any weapons to drop, and neither do the giant like you know abominations. They don't have anything that can really be dropped either. So what are you hoping to accomplish?
Oh, I thought maybe they had souls.
Dun dun dun!
Well, like I said,
And your turn, Sam, that's your action.
The two Psyblades do have it, but they're kind of stuck to their hands. They're like Wolverine. They can't drop those knives.
Can you bring them to their knees? Damn.
Wait.
How far
we
is the
just said-
closest one to me?
About 15, 20 feet. Not that far.
I'm gonna rush up to 15, 20 feet and I'm gonna hit him with a mace.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I don't believe you can do that. Channel Divinity is an action.
Is it? It don't say an action. It just says channel divinity.
Yeah,
Pretty
Channel
sure it's an
Divinity, I
action.
think, is an action.
Okay. Well,
You can
So just be the
I'm
cleric
not
with the
then.
mustache that
I mean-
sits in the back and yells, "Drop your weapons!" Happen.
Your character's hammered.
You're
That's
still,
what happened.
You're still able to move, so you can move into combat if you want. You just won't be able to attack.
That's stupid. I'm not gonna move into combat. I'm gonna sit back for a minute. I'm moving
Alright,
in
sit
combat
back.
when I'm ready to hit somebody. In
Can
the
you
face.
cast Friends as a bonus action, Sam?
Oh God, I hate you.
Anyway, so after Sam is Heidi. Your turn.
Yep, buddy. I need to throw
Right
some
back.
hex.
Yes, you can cast Hex. Which one do you want to cast Hex on? Like I said, you got two with knives, one of which Joe's already punched in the face. You got two that look like they're just going to use psionic powers as like their main thing. And then you've got two of these like big abomination things.
You kind of want to go with the powers guy.
Okay, so one of those guys. Okay, so you
Yeah.
Hex them, and then what are you going to do?
So once I hex them, I would like to.
Oh,
I'll just blast their ass.
All right, roll to hit.
Right. Hold on a second.
And you should use your spell attack, which should be at the top of your spells.
Spell attack?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So do my 1d10 or 1d20 plus.
Yeah, 1d20 plus that.
That would be 19.
That definitely hits. So roll me 1d10 plus 1d6.
12.
12. altogether. Not too bad. Okay, and that is unless you want to move. That's all your actions. Do you want to move?
I'm good.
Okay, so then that brings us to, let's see, after that is
Alright.
everybody else on 17. So that who has the highest dex out of Linus, Haven, or
I had
Malkar.
18 for my roll.
Oh, you had an 18.
What's your
Okay,
dex?
never mind then. So
Oh,
you kind of
yeah.
went at the same time. I think you said you had a 17. Okay, so you
Oh no, it's no problem.
you went kind of at the same time as Heidi's character. What do you want to do? You can hear.
Okay.
Again, they're not quite in your perception, but you at least know the direction as soon as you get within.
They're now like very close to within 30 feet, right?
Oh yeah.
Or if not with, so I can now touch my tattoo.
Yeah.
That's like free action kind of thing,
Yes,
or
yes.
quick action. Okay.
That's, yeah.
And real quick, it was just going to ask Carrick. Which one out of the V did he attack?
He
Like,
attacked one of the ones with knives.
And those two were in the back, is what I gathered, right?
Kinda,
like
yeah.
they were these two. Okay, I want to attack the next one in line. Whether that's, I don't care if that's a big one or anything.
That's going to be the
and
one that is just going to use that seems to just going to use psionic powers that Heidi hit.
okay, and she had. Did she hex them or did she hit them with like
She did hex
some
them,
kind of
so,
damage?
Yeah. But
Okay,
the
so
extra damage
I
only
don't want to
applies
attack.
her.
I don't.
But you can attack.
Okay.
Him. I mean, there's nothing wrong with attacking.
I was gonna ask, does attacking like a hex target, does that like bring it out of its hex or whatever? Or
Nope.
is it just okay, cool. So I'm gonna attack that one. Does charging do anything in D&D?
It's just
Like
move.
the whole sprint? Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna run up to him. I'm gonna hit him, and I'm gonna okay, I hit a 5, so I probably didn't hit him.
Is that your grand total?
Well, it's gonna be a 7, but it's
Okay.
8. Yeah, it's an 8.
Okay, so no, you miss. Okay. Then that brings us to so out of Brad and Johnny, who has the higher dex on your character? Because you're both kind of going at the same time. Unless you just want to be friendly and say after you.
Brad, you can go.
Yes, I don't care.
Okay.
Is there a clear leader of this whole situation?
The ones who are kind of centering themselves, preparing psionic abilities, apparently, they look kind of like they're in charge, but nobody's wearing a badge saying, "Look at me."
Yeah. Okay. I want to cast Phantasmal Force on the one Heidi did not attack.
Okay.
And you know those like torture devices you close around, like in medieval times? You close around people and they have spikes inside?
Yeah.
I'm going to force that one to believe that one just appeared around it and shut on it.
Okay.
Blinding and deafening it. And it's
what's that save DC?
It is intelligence 12, but it says on their turn.
Okay.
I guess I don't have to roll to attack her.
Now. No, they failed that. Jesus.
Sweet.
Jesus. I'm rolling like poop. Okay, so they are now blinded and what?
Blinded and deaf. It's basically a solid box with spikes inside.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, that one is CC'd. Johnny, your turn.
All right. How far away am I from all this?
About
The
10 or
same?
12 feet. Yeah, not far.
12. I'll take the, I guess say the furthest one out.
Okay.
I don't know how far out that
He would
is.
be that would be the middle guy in the wedge, right?
No, it's like the other side blade on the other side.
This
So the
side,
other guy with
yeah.
like the glowing knives.
Okay. So first, I'll cast Hunter's Mark on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm going to just do my longbow
All right. Roll to hit.
and shoot that fucker in the face.
Dread ambusher.
What? Yeah, I want to use that Dread Ambusher as well. It's 7, 12.
That misses.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a shitty roll.
Wait, your longbow's a +7.
Yeah. Oh,
What'd you
sorry.
roll?
It was 11, a 4. So
Oh,
it
okay.
was
Yeah,
even.
that
I
still
just-
misses. Yeah.
Yeah.
If only we
Okay.
didn't suck.
So, rolling's been
Fuck!
great tonight.
No, wait. If he takes the attack action, he can make one additional weapon attack that deals an extra 1d8 damage
So
of
would I
weapons
pick
damage.
hit, though?
Oh, on hit. Never mind.
Yeah, I have to
Sorry.
hit first.
Sorry.
No, that is unfortunate. Okay.
Oh wait.
Oh, wait. What are you
Bonus
doing?
action.
I mean, if you got a bonus action. No, you can't use a bonus action. 'Cause you use
no.
Hunter's Mark.
That's
No.
right. Hunter's mark's on that guy though, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
didn't we when we talk about this, the advantage on my initiative, do I get 2 or no?
Advantage on your initiative.
What was it? I don't know. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay. I mean, that's just when you roll initiative. So, I mean, you just be
Ow.
going first. Okay. So, it's now the enemy's turn.
Uh oh.
Actually,
Prepare your butt.
after everything, these guys don't seem to be too concerned with you guys until you like attack them. So, definitely the side blade that's on you, Joe. He's gonna
Yeah.
attempt to
Damn
slash
it.
at you twice, and I rolled a 4 and a 2, so no.
He missed. I dodged.
I just want to make it aware that I was not two-handed. I was one-handed at the time, and I got my shield out.
Okay, no problem. And now Heidi, the one that you hexed, is turning his attention to you. So I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
Alright, intelligence. Um, 11.
Okay, that unfortunately does not save. So you take 2 points of psychic damage as you feel him dig into your mind.
9.
Okay, and also, well, no, you're on him, but you didn't actually hurt him, so he kind of, well, ignores you mostly. Now the other ones, since again you guys don't seem to be their prime objective, they just start, like, the other side blade just jumps into like a group of people and starts like spinning around and slashing, and you see like limbs and like fingers start like flying all over the place.
Shit.
The other one using the powers like lifts like a handful of like table and like trash and other thing and just kind of like flings it, and it slams into another crowd of people on the other side. The 2 monstrosities basically just start like barreling through shit, and like they're throwing people over their shoulder up in the air. They're crushing tables. They're basically just like berserking out in the middle of the square. So it's back to Joe. Oh, actually,
Real quick, though,
normally, okay. So yes, hold on real quick before we do this. Normally we are going to stop the stream at 10 o'clock Central, 8 Pacific, so in 3 minutes. But we have kind of started combat, so what we'll do is, if everyone doesn't mind, we'll run just a little bit over, so that we can at least get to a stopping spot in combat. If everyone's good, is everyone good?
I am
Good.
good to continue.
Alright.
My turn.
Real quick, though, the V turned it into 2 people going forward, and these 2 people went over while we still have these 2 people with,
Basically,
yeah.
yeah. So
him and me.
the one in front of you is still there. The one in front of Joe is still there, but everyone else scattered, and they're like all over the square.
Kind of pushed off that
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Is this an action for me to kind of look around and see? Are they just attacking innocent people here?
Yeah.
Or
they're just-
Legion?
They are avoiding the Legion bar, but they've gone to all the other open terraced restaurants / cafes that are there, and it's nearing sunset, so it's kind of getting towards like basically dinner time. So the square's filling up. They didn't hit it at peak, but they're starting their shit at a reasonably busy time.
Okay. The one that was nearest to me that I clobbered.
Mhm.
Did he move on, or is
No,
he
he's
still in front of
fighting
me?
you. Like I said, he tried to slash at you twice, but you just like
Yeah, he missed. So we're engaged in a duel. I'm gonna hit 15 plus 6.
that's a hit.
Yeah. And I'm gonna hit him for 3 plus 4, 7 damage.
Okay. Is that it?
Real quick. No. Yes, I believe. Sure. I don't think I want. Let's just roll. Let's just do this. Let's expand another spell slot, and Fury blows this bitch.
You mean key, but yes.
Did I say that wrong?
Yeah, you said spell slot, but that's fine. Just keep going. Just do.
Okay. I'm gonna roll again on him.
Alright.
Well, that's a nat 20, Dylan.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
There
I
you
can
go.
show you.
Oh, I believe you. We're
That's a
doing
2-0.
honor code. I'm rolling 2s
So
and 4s. Have been all night.
So that's 8 plus
plus another dice roll on top of that 8.
plus 6.
Okay, so 14
that's-
damage.
Okay, so that's 1. That was my 1 of my Fury blows.
Right. He is incredibly hurt.
Okay, can I? Well, I get
He's
2 attacks, right?
wobbling. Yeah, you get one more attack.
14 plus. Oh, that's a 20. 14
Yeah.
plus 6.
That hurts.
One more to the old. 3 plus 4. 7 damage.
He keels over.
Okay, can I play this out in my mind a little bit? My last
How
hit
you-
on my Fury of Blows. I kick him in the, or I Johnny Cage it. I do the splits. I kick him in the testicles so hard
Yeah.
that I see his eyes well up in blood almost. He's done.
Yeah. He keels over at that point.
He's done.
And Sam, your turn.
Alright.
Now
How
that
far
that
is the
first
closest
one-
guy
now
away
that
from
first
me?
one fell over. The only one that is really there is the one in front of the mole.
I am going to dash towards him.
Okay. Oh, you're
How
there.
far away?
Oh yeah, you went over. You did. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I need to know how far away is.
He's about 12 feet. He's not that
Okay,
far away.
good. Because if I move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before taking this bonus action, I either gain a +5 to my bonus attack damage roll, or I push the target up to 10 feet away.
Do it.
Charger trait.
Do it.
So I'm charging this guy.
Roll it.
And then I'm going to hit him with my ballin' ass mace.
Let's see it.
Or wait, is spiritual weapon a bonus action? Oh, spiritual weapon is a bonus action. So I'm gonna hit him with my mace first.
Yeah.
1d6 plus 3. Get my little rolling box.
That looks like cardboard.
It is. Good cardboard.
What are
4
you giving
plus
me
3
shit about my
makes
boxing?
7.
Or will we start?
Wait, that should hit.
Shut up.
Yeah, that did hit, dude.
Oh,
Sorry.
wait. Oh, yeah. To hit first.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry. My bad.
Oh, that was
To
damage?
hit.
Yeah, you gotta roll to hit first. You can't just, do damage.
11 plus 5 is 16.
Okay, that does hit. So now you can do that 7 points of damage like you wanted.
Alright, 7 points of damage. And then as a bonus action, I will be doing Spiritual Weapon, which
Okay.
has another +5 on its DC to hit.
Okay.
That is a 14.
That hits.
So that's a 1d8, which will be this guy. 5 plus 3 for 8 more damage.
Alright. He is definitely hurting. But still standing.
Tough guy.
So that means it is Heidi and Mal's turn. So who wants to go first? I mean, we can either go by highest dex. or
We
you
can
guys
just stick with
say-
Heidi. You went first last time, so I mean,
So Heidi,
Works.
what you doing?
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him again.
All right, do it. Roll that hit.
$11.
Well, he's a caster, and that does kind of hit.
Oh, okay.
Well, not a caster. He's a psionicist. Point is, yeah, you hit him.
Okay.
So roll damage.
all I had to do was roll an 11.
Is that another D20 plus 5?
No, that's a D10 and a D6.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yes.
She has a
8.
pink headset, but she doesn't know her.
8.
8. Okay. That is exactly how many hit points that dude had left. So you blast the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he collapses.
Suck it, motherfucker.
Quick question: does anybody notice in the bar? Is anybody causing a stink about Heidi just fucking throwing magic around?
No.
Okay.
People haven't quite
Clear.
noticed yet.
Okay.
And as far as warlock magic goes, nobody's really sure where it comes from. So it's neither arcane.
We don't have an uproar.
I mean, it's technically
Okay.
arcane, but it doesn't defile. So it's kind of in this gray area as far as like Dark Sun's concerned.
Fair enough. Okay.
Cheers,
Just wanted
bitches,
to
to me killing some.
Woo!
Woo! Okay.
So what I just sensed in front of me was the dude that was in front of me. I swung and missed, and then Sam just came up and just knocked the shit out of him, and then Phelan just blew his brains out. And I'm sitting here like, oh shit. So okay, I kind of turn around because I got this big dude that's kind of behind me, and I'm like, you're next.
Yes,
Okay,
one
so
of
I'm
the big
gonna.
dudes would be the one closest to you. He's still a good like 20
Okay.
feet, but yeah, you can get to him.
But Nate, did
Man.
you see any of it? That's the issue.
Dickhead.
So
He's blind.
that would be so the guy would have had to have just like passed right by me if I had. So I had that blind sense increased to 30 feet, right? So then I went up and hit this dude, attempted to hit this dude. And while I was attempting to hit this dude, this guy just tries to blow past me, and I'm like, I'm aware of that at least. So, man, yeah. Tattoo, nah, okay. I can't use it because it's got an hour cooldown. And then, so yeah, would I be able to see that dude? Is he within 10 feet of me? That is the
like,
question.
he's about,
Okay.
Like, he's actually about
He
20 feet away.
he just walked up to something and he just started flipping tables, you said? So yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm thinking about just keeping it simple and just walking up and hitting that dude. So yeah, I'm just gonna roll a hit, bringing out chomp. Oh no. 8 plus 2, that's only a 10. I'm only adding my strength, right? That's the deal with that? Or well, it's 8
you
plus
add your
3.
proficiency bonus. If you
I don't know about the proficiency
selected
bonus
a
then.
weapon down in like the weapons category, there should be a 2-hit or melee attack like plus right after the weapon, and near the damage, kind of like in the middle underneath skills. It should calculate.
I see one hand melee weapon warhammer damage 1d8 1d10 in parentheses, and then I see size medium. I don't see.
What's the hit DC next to it?
There's no plus or anything.
It says 0, so yeah, that means 0. Yeah, so it would just be this. Is it just the strength modifier?
It should be at least your proficiency bonus, which is plus 3 at this level. So it should be at least plus 3 in your strength. So what's your strength? Plus 2.
So it's plus 3 because I maxed
plus
out.
5 to hit.
I put it at 14, and I got the mole bonus at plus 2, and then
Oh, okay. So actually you have plus 6.
That's 16.
Plus
Okay,
6.
so I got plus 6. So that's 14
Okay,
for
so
the
yeah,
big
that hits.
guy. Yeah, because he's large or some shit.
Oh, shit. God damn it. I forgot to add my charger bonus for hitting that guy with my mace.
Well.
Okay, so I hit him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I hit the big guy. So I can along with rolling a d8 to hit or for damage, I can also roll the smite, right?
Yes, which means it's another 2d8 on top of that, so 3d8 altogether.
Okay. That's a 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6.
9.
And that's an 8. So 14. Okay,
17.
did you? Okay.
Oh, and plus your
Cool.
strength, which is another
Yep.
3, so that's 20 altogether.
Yep.
That is a nice
Awesome.
solid hit. You like come up and you swing at it, and like you just basically take off like all of these like vines and like chunks of wood just go like flying all over the place. Like you just
I kind of
splintered
debuff
tree.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I hit him so hard I knocked the splinters out of him.
Mm-hmm. But it's
Nice.
still standing, and there's still a lot of splinters left. A lot of splinters.
I'm ready.
Okay. So that makes it Brad, your turn.
Which one is Johnny next to right now?
Johnny's still actually kind of standing next to you. He's using his longbow. So
Oh, that's right.
you guys are still kind of standing in the middle of the cafe.
And we're the last of the turn, right?
Yes.
Mohican.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
and I forgot that you did Phantasmal Force on that guy, so he didn't telekinetically throw shit around. He was just like, I'm trapped in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there any with multiple like melee people around it?
At the moment, no, because they dropped that one, or Dro dropped his, and Heidi dropped the other one. So, the only one that's in like melee right now would be the Mole or Mal character with one of the large abominations.
Okay, I want to run up right next to that same abomination that he attacked.
Okay.
Cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
Save.
Wisdom 12 save.
No. So do your full damage.
So that's 3d. Oops, 3d6. Da-da-da-da. Is there any plus on it?
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
there's not. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
All right.
If it's still alive, it should flee in fear.
Oh. Does it? Is that additional save or just it does it?
If it fails, the save takes 3d6 and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Okay. So yeah, it like starts scrambling backwards again, completely. Hey, thanks, K Scott 2084. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so it starts like just run in the opposite direction again, not really caring for anything, and it's like just throwing shit out of the way.
Which should trigger a reaction from both of us, correct?
Yeah. Actually, both of you get an attack of opportunity.
Ooh. That's talking about me, right? I get a roll
Yes.
D8.
Yes.
Oh, Linus is planning here.
I got a 4.
Okay, so that misses. But you try.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh shit!
Yeah,
I didn't know
roll
I
hit.
had to. That's my
Roll
bad.
hit.
Yeah, that's a 12, and then that would be 18.
Okay, so that does hit.
Okay, and then with the 4, I won't re-roll it.
Oh, okay, so just do 4 damage. All right.
Or plus the 3. Yeah, sorry, I'm catching back up. So that's 7 damage, right? Because of the strength modifier. Yeah.
Yes. So, and then what are you doing, Brad?
I'm just gonna take a regular attack.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, got a 5. What do I add to that? Plus dexterity.
Your to hit bone. Your hit DC. Should be under actions.
Ooh.
Are you attacking with a weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I am not seeing it. Oh, plus 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a 10.
Okay, so that misses.
Okay.
All right. It is now their turns.
No, Johnny's.
Hey!
Sorry, Johnny.
Fuck. Okay. The one I cast Hunter's Mark on early, he had died, correct?
He didn't even notice. He just jumped into a group of people and started slicing them to ribbons. Woo.
Oh, he's still alive. He's still
Thank you,
alive, though.
Abigail Killams, for the follow.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna be shooting at the one with
Yes.
Hunter's Mark. Still,
Yes.
please fucking hit him at least. 18 plus 6. So.
That's a hit.
Okay, and that is Dread Ambusher. I'm gonna put that on there too, right? I can't remember.
But that's
No, that's
a hit.
only.
Oh no,
no.
Don't get
That's
that. Now I need to use that dice thing because I don't have a die. 8.
I forgot
So-
to cast a bonus. Is it too late to do that? Before Johnny goes?
After Johnny goes, yeah, you can do it.
6.
Oh, okay, never mind. I won't.
Okay.
6 for damage.
6 for damage. Okay.
Yeah.
And
wait. You did the D8 plus 3?
That's a D8 plus 3. Oh yeah, and then I get a 1 dice 6
Oh yeah, and the
with my Hunter's Mark.
Only on this turn, yeah. No, 1d8.
What?
no.
If you use Dread and-
6.
No,
1d6 and Dread Ambush is 1d8.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hunter's Mark, that one extra, I got a 1.
Okay. So
Yeah.
7
So I have
altogether.
seven so far.
Okay.
And then that one more D8. 2. So 9. Fucking
And that's the only
horrid.
time you can use Dread
Dread
Ambusher.
Ambusher. Yeah.
He now very much realizes you're there, and he's making eyes.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
As a quick action, right after you shoot your bow, get fucked.
Brad, what's the bonus action you were gonna do?
I was gonna use Bardic Inspiration on Johnny, but well, I'll skip that this turn.
Okay. All right. So it's now their turn. The one abomination who's running away kind of like shakes his head, turns around, like not entirely sure exactly where it came from, but it charges the shiny mole in armor anyway. So what's
Pretty
your
shiny,
class?
I'd admit that.
It should be
Malcolm?
like 16 or something. Give me 1 second. Yeah, 16. Does I get any kind of modifiers or
Nope, that's about
do I
it.
just go
That
straight?
sounds about right.
Cool.
You get a +2 from your shield.
That's
Is that factored in? Okay.
No, actually, with the shield, you should probably be 18 because split mail by
It
itself.
says scale mail 14. I checked the shield box and it goes to 16.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then
16.
that's right.
Yep.
So
So
it does actually hit you twice. It comes down with these like 2 slamming fists like on either side of you, and they hit you. And as soon as they like hit the ground, like all of these vines kind of like spring out between its hands. And like engulf you. So
Like Groot?
kind
I had
of.
to do something. Damn.
So first of all, you take 9.
Ooh. Ouch.
12.
Owie.
15 points of damage from the 2 initial hits, and I need a DC 14 Constitution save.
Roll good! Roll well, good sir!
That's a 4, man.
Oh, that's not it.
So plus the Constitution would be 3 at 7. Ooh.
Yeah,
Better
you
throw
take
that
another
mustache
10. You take another 10 from
So I'm taking 25.
from
I'm
the
taking
constricting
25.
vines around you.
Holy.
Should have had that
And
mustache. It
you
would have
are
saved you.
blinded and restrained. Well, you can't be blinded.
He's already.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, oh
restrained,
no.
though. You're restrained, though. I put some
Yeah.
status on you, goddammit.
I'll blind you.
Okay, so back to the top. Joe, you see
Yeah.
the mole get engulfed by like all sorts of vines and shit.
Okay, I would like to move to the engulfer.
Okay.
Is it within 45 feet? I would assume
Oh, yeah.
so.
Oh yeah.
Rolling! 16 total.
That hits
It hits?
barely, but it hits.
Nope.
A hit is a hit.
That.
Miss by a
Oh,
mile.
fuck. I only. Let's say 5 damage. 1. A 1 plus 4. 5 damage. I'm not gonna expend any key on this guy yet.
Okay.
So I will take a my bonus. Oh no bonus action. I'm just gonna stop. I'm done.
Okay. Then that makes it Ezekiel.
Yes.
So the dude in front of you got dropped by some unknown magical bolt. You didn't even quite see where it came from.
I don't care. He's dead. That's all I need to care about. How close is the next one to me?
Oh shit! I completely forgot. I completely forgot to do the other guy. Hold on. Before all that happens, actually,
Does it?
someone, the other side blade, rushes Johnny. Before you see this, like you see like this like flash, like someone's moving faster than even you can move, Joe. He just becomes like a blur, and he immediately just like slams a shoulder or tries to slam a shoulder into Johnny as his attack. What's your armor class? Probably higher than
16.
6, so he misses.
Yeah, it's 16 for Johnny. Yep.
Nice.
For Haven! Haven!
Okay, so now, Sam, sorry, go.
All right, how close is the next guy to me?
Actually, the closest guy would be that one that just attacked Johnny, because that's what made me realize it. Or you
How
can go
far
after
is that?
the big thing. He's about like another, he's still about like 10 feet away, because he was back over where you were standing.
10 feet. Perfect.
I
I'm
got
gonna charge him.
Alright,
Charge the guy who just attacked Johnny.
okay.
I'm gonna hit him.
Well, you gotta
With
roll to
my-
hit first.
Yeah. Hold on here. I got Steam popping up now. All right, we need to close that. All right. All right. A 14 plus 5, a 19.
That hits.
All right. Damage is a d6 plus 3 plus 5 for my charger ability.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5 plus 3, so 8 plus 5.
So
So
13.
13.
Okay.
And then,
yeah.
as a bonus action, how much damage did Johnny take on that last hit?
None.
None. The guy missed.
Oh, wait. Who took damage? Was it Nathan?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
How much damage did he take?
I took 25, right?
Yeah. Quite.
Is there a guy next to him?
There's
Me.
last character.
And me.
What happened? What happened to the big guy again that was standing that put the vines on me? Sorry.
I just punched him.
Yeah, Joe punched him.
So he's still alive though, and he's in front of me.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. As a bonus action, I'd like to cast Healing Word on Nathan.
Okay.
So he regains 2d4 plus 3 hit.
Thanks, man.
Roll it.
Roll those force.
Okay. So the first one's going to be 3.
Mhm.
The second one's going to be 2. So 5 plus 3, 8 hit points. That's what he gets back as a bonus action.
That's better than nothing.
That is
Feeling
better
stronger
than
already.
motherfuckers respect.
So now
Claire.
that makes it Heidi's turn. So you got the big one engulfing that mole that you found on the side of the road, and you've got another dude. He kind of looks like he's gonna be handled.
I'll hex the one. I'll save you more.
Mal. Just call me Mal.
Yeah. So as a bonus, you can move your hex to the big creature.
Yep, I'll hex him and then I'll Eldritch Blast his face.
All right, Eldritch Blast his face then.
Uh,
11 to hit or 11 damage? Or did you?
oh, I hit the wrong one. Sorry. Damn it.
11
If
damage.
anybody would like to chip in to get Heidi some physical dice, she does have
Give me an
enough
address.
I will.
Yeah.
No, Ross has dice, but these hands ain't rolling any dice.
We'll do a whole
Okay.
stream on that later.
You heard my 11 damage.
11 damage. Alright. That is not terrible. So
It's a little terrible.
okay, so Mal,
Okay.
you can either roll an athletics or a acrobatics, whichever one's higher, versus this creature's athletics to escape that grapple you're in.
Okay, so I got a +3 to my athletics, and I have none to my acrobatics.
So I would use that.
That's a 16, so I got a 19.
And he rolled a 14, so you break free.
Break free.
Like
Okay, I still
Thanos
get
in
it.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Is
When
that
Groot tries to encapsulate him with the. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I got. Is that my turn or is that
Yeah, that's kind of your turn, but you're out.
Can I? I was gonna say I can't lay on hands myself or anything like that.
It
It's
is a
just
bonus action. Yes, you can do it.
nah.
I
It's
think
an
lay on
action.
hands is a bonus action, isn't it?
It's an
It's a
action.
regular
I was looking at it while. Shucks.
Okay, so it is now
Talking about bonus
Johnny and
actions,
Brad's
though.
turn. So
Go B-Rad.
Because you're
That one that did the thorns on Nathan, that one's still alive, right?
oh yeah, this is the big monstrosity thing. That's
That's
like
the big one.
yeah.
And there's what currently Nathan, Joe, and me kind of around it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know I made it fled, so I'm gonna run back up, cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
Wisdom 12. Save.
Oh.
The reason you're into dark sorcery is because your
Actually,
parents
yeah.
didn't love
Okay,
you.
so it fails. It has
Hey.
no plus to wisdom.
Nice. So 9 damage, and again has to flee. All three of us have reactions.
All right. Yes. So Joe and Nathan and Mal.
I just saw a ghost
Take a
in
swipe.
Johnny's house
Ooh, 21 on a swing.
in the
That
background.
hits.
Oh.
7 damage.
Oh man, it went on to the 20 and then rolled back to the 19. Sad
Well,
day.
19 hits. How
Yeah,
much
I
damage did you do,
gotcha.
Joe? Joe,
I just
damage?
popped that fucking vine face for 7 damage.
I did 10.
Alright.
I got a 7 plus the 3.
So then, do I get a reaction and then still have my bonus action available?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So I'll just do a regular swing. Or my sword.
Okay.
Uh, 14.
That misses.
That misses. Okay.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, Nathan's still hurting, isn't he?
Yes.
I got 13. I'm minus 13 now. Yeah.
I
So
healed you
I
for like
will
7.
Cast a second level healing word.
Okay.
4 plus 2. Eh, 7 damage or 7.
Okay. You get
Okay.
another 7 back, Nathan.
So I'm at. I just said I was
Minus
at 13. So
Minus 6.
yeah, 6. Yeah.
Alright.
Math's
Way better than you
hard.
were. Johnny!
Yeah. I'm
Dude's
just
in
like.
front of you.
Yes.
He tried to start
What?
something. He tried.
All right. And is that the same guy with the hunter's mark on me?
Yeah.
Or on him? I mean, on him. Cool. And he's right in front of me, right? So I'm gonna point blank fucking bow him in the face.
Alright.
Nice.
13 plus 7.
That hits.
Die plus 3. 10 damage for that, plus my 1d6 hunter's mark. 13 altogether.
Well, he had 5 hit points left, so how would you like to
Nice.
kill him?
So just pull that arrow right in his between the eyes and just take it off. I'd like his head to explode, but I don't think an arrow could actually do that.
Turn it
He just
into a,
flat.
turn it
He
into
just
a
flat
canoe.
backs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
just straight through, and then just yeah.
Hmm.
Good, dead.
Nice.
And then, since he's dead, can I move my hunter's mark now?
Yes,
another-
you can move your hunter's mark.
I'll
The
I'll
only
move
thing
that
that
to
are actually
big
left that
boy.
you see now are the one other Sionis' caster who's like still in the box. Like, I'm in the box. And then the,
The one that
giant,
Brad locked in.
the giant thing.
I'll throw it to the giant guy.
Okay.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Fucking box. And I'm done.
Okay. So the one giant thing that Brad made appear, like just like runs like into one of the restaurants and like just kind of like disappears for a minute. You just hear all sorts of like crashing and like screaming and other sort of and like just a whole ruckus. And like it turns or eventually it like emerges out and it like kind of like it's like stumbling a little bit, but it's still kind of like, you know, there. and then it like kind of spots you guys, and it does this like Groot thing where it like digs its hand into the ground, and all of these vines start like waving towards you. So I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw. That's everybody. And it's spread out.
Sail.
Dex, come on, give me something good.
I rolled a 14 plus 6 is a 20. Johnny's a plus 5. What do you got?
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
I just got a natural 20.
Okay.
I don't know. What's 2 plus 0?
Wow.
Man, you are cursed with
The blind
saves.
paladin is rolling as a blind paladin.
Just like, what's going on? Why are these
Things coming at me.
Yeah, just
Okay,
getting
so
singled.
who got? Well, actually, hold on a second. Let me just.
I got a nat 20.
Let me
Mark
just-
that.
Let me
You
just.
wait till I get a nat 20. I get to spend 2 minutes explaining my turn when I
Okay.
get a nat 20.
Can't
Got
wait.
below a 14.
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Okay. So anyone who got above a 14 takes
I don't want.
takes 17 damage, and you are knocked.
Below?
Yes.
I take 17 damage.
You take 17 damage and are knocked prone.
Oh shit.
20. I'm minus 23 then.
Which means you have to take a full turn getting back up, right?
Half your move action. Half of whatever your move
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That leaves me with 4.
At least I don't
You should've
lose a
pissed off
turn
Plant
to
Dude.
entangling again.
No, it
Taking
just
a
knocks you
fucking-
down. It doesn't.
You mean the plant dude shouldn't have pissed me off?
Yeah. And if you made above 17, you take half of that, and you're able to keep on your feet, even if you made a natural 20, Sam. So.
Half of.
Oh shit, we take half of 17, so that's
Yes.
what? 9?
8.
Round down.
8.
8.
Okay.
And
You
top of
checked
the
in
round.
on mine, Joe? 23?
You're at 23. Yep, I got you at 23. Top of the round?
Top of the round.
How far did that plant fucker move?
He is about 30-ish feet. I mean, he's like right at the entrance
Good
of this
for
like
him.
completely gutted out like because he went
I'm gonna
crazy and
I'll
I'll take my
Right.
move action. I'm gonna take my move action, which is up to 45 feet, and get right in the fucking guy's face. And I'm gonna roll.
roll.
hit him with that Bruce Lee shit, man.
Dylan,
Yeah.
you know it, baby. I'm rolling hot tonight, like Donnie in The Big
You
Lebowski.
keep talking like that.
Nat
You're gonna
20,
roll
baby.
2 ones.
That 20, baby. So
Oh,
that's
roll nat
8.
20? All right.
Yeah.
Roll that damage first.
8 plus 7. What's that?
8 plus 7 is 15.
15.
Okay.
Okay. Is he dead? No.
Nope.
I'm gonna expend another one.
Okay.
13 plus 5. 13 plus 6. 19. Oh, baby. Ooh, max damage for another 8.
All right. Okay. I mean, it's still standing. You're taking chunks out of it.
End of turn.
Okay. Then that makes it Sam's turn.
All right, boys and girls. Okay.
It's out of your move action.
So, can I get a quick rundown of the situation? Because a lot has happened.
You have a completely torn up square. You see
No?
like the brains of like the dude that rushed Johnny all over the table, kind of like next to you because that's where you were standing. You see the mole kind of on the ground and hurt again, and you also see an elf woman and another half elf on the ground as well, also kind of roughed up. But you're all still alive, right? Nobody's at 0 yet.
I'm minus 23.
Fucking 4.
Holy shit. What's your total, Nathan?
You said, huh?
What's your total?
Yeah.
I have 45 health, so minus 23.
Oh, okay.
Talking about 22.
He's alive.
Or, well, I guess
No,
I have
I just wondered
46.
how much
so
you
I
had
have
left.
20. I actually am minus
Can you hear
23, and
me?
I have 23 left.
Yeah.
Fucking 4.
Whoops.
You're a caster. You don't have a lot of hit points. That's why you stay at the back.
Well, I just did. God.
I should have been
Anyways,
using those move
anyway,
actions.
Sam.
What I'm gonna do?
This
Oh,
thing's
there we
getting
go.
tired, too. I'll
Volume
find that
just
D20
came
that I
back.
need.
That was weird. Sorry, lost volume there for a second. Anyways, who's the closest enemy to me now?
The only enemy in the square right now is the remaining abomination. You have no idea where the other abomination has run off to.
Okay. So how far away is he?
He is standing at the entrance of a gutted out restaurant / bar about 40 feet from you.
40 feet? Shit.
Mhm.
I'm gonna move up 20 feet towards him,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on him at
Okay.
level 1.
All right.
Let me go through this shit. Cast Guiding 1. That has a +5 to hit modifier. Mm-hmm. 11 plus 5 is 16.
16. Well, wouldn't you know? It only had 14 hit points left.
Well, I mean, that was just a hit.
Oh, that was the hit? I thought
Yeah.
that was your damage.
No.
Oh, well then 14 doesn't hit. You needed
No,
15.
16. 16 to hit.
16 to hit and then 14 damage, right?
No, I haven't
No.
rolled damage yet.
Oh, okay. Well then roll damage because you hit.
Okay, I'm rolling damage now. Jesus.
14, buddy.
Roll
Get it.
14. Roll 14.
Roll
It's
14.
It's 4d6.
Ah.
First roll is a 6.
6.
Second roll is a 6.
Okay.
12. We got him.
The
We got
third
him.
roll is a 4.
Okay.
We got it. He's done.
The
Hey,
fourth roll
yeah.
is a 4. So I have
He's dead.
20 damage.
Do we get
Now-
overkill, Dylan?
Shush.
I mean, it just
Shush.
dies.
He's dead,
Blow his
Sam.
brains out, Sam.
Shush.
Blow his brains out.
No, you shush too. You all shush. I also want to cast Healing Word at level 2 on Nathan. To
Okay.
heal him. As a bonus action,
Heidi's
heal
almost
him.
dead. He heals her.
to heal him for another 2d plus 3.
It's okay, Heidi. I can protect you.
No, Heidi uses witch magic, and I don't like witch magic. So Nathan
You
gets
haven't
healed
actually
for
you haven't
8
actually
damage
discerned yet.
plus 3. 11 damage Nathan gets healed for.
You haven't actually
Right.
discerned that
So I'm minus 20.
the magic
or
came
minus
from Heidi.
12.
Oh, I can sense it. I abhor the witch.
I have a lot of witch. I can. Okay. I got plans.
All right. Well,
I didn't know Heidi took
like
damage.
the thing,
I just-
the abomination kind of like shudders, and then like all of the vines just kind of fall off of it, and you just see this like bloodied and gored and like torn apart like human corpse just kind of like sloppily flop on the ground right next to it in a wet thud, just like. And
Man.
the
Both the
combat
A-bombs
is
are dead?
clear. And we went 40 minutes over, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. For anyone remaining in the channel, in chat, thank you for coming.
They're dogs.
This will also be up on my YouTube channel probably in the next few days, as soon as I learn how to edit the video
that
down.
link is found right here.
The what?
The link is somewhere.
The
where
YouTube channel.
It's down. It's down below. It's in the about
Down.
me.
Down, dipshit.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Click the donate. Click the follows. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both of them are at @ProfPedantic. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Real quick.
real quick.
Shout out to our 2 followers of the night, which would be Gage Quinn 02 and Stabigail Killums. Thank you.
And
Yes.
please
And
follow.
Kate got
Thank you,
Great.
followers. And if
It's
we get to
got
50,
to.
we can start being affiliate
Oh.
status and start accepting bits
Hey.
and such.
K. Scott, spoiler alert, is Sam's brother, the mustache man's brother. So
Well,
he does,
that's what you want to know.
Does he count?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he counts
He
towards
counts.
the 50.
Shout out to K. Scott.
Hey, man.
208
He counts.
Your brother loves you more than my boyfriend, who I tried.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you.
All right.
Next
Until
week will
next
be
Tuesday.
more fun and more madness,
All right.
as we won't have such a boring beginning.
Hey.
You're